Hi, Ga! We know you've missed going back to school to meet with your friends, resume your activities, and just be able to get back to how life was like on campus. But for the UMians who didn't get to set foot on campus yet, whether you are in basic education, senior high school, or college, let's take a little trip to the campus you can hopefully get to visit soon as you finish your education with UM. Luckily, we've got some of our beloved teachers to show you around UM's colleges and campuses, so you'll know what to expect when you come back to school.
It's only proper to start to the place where it all began. The UM Bolton and Embassy campus were among the first structures to be put up as the University of Mindanao was starting to make a name for itself 75 years ago. Here at the Bolton side, you can find many of the offices for student services like the registrar, student accounting office, and cashier, among others. There's also a canteen where students and employees can purchase healthy food. Going further into Bolton campus, you can find on the first floor the College of Legal Education, where aspiring lawyers take their Juris Doctor degrees. There is even a dedicated library for law students across the cool and shaded quadrangle. On your way to the staircase to get the second floor, you get to pass by the AVR3, where lots of programs and other small gatherings are held. Going up to the second floor, you can find the office of the College of Business Administration Education. is the only school in Mindanao granted a Center of Excellence by CHED for its business and management programs, as well as Level 4 accreditation by the PACOCOA. So if you're planning on a career in business-related dealings, the CBAE is for you. Our college offers the following programs under the Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, major in Entrepreneurship, Legal Management, Real Estate Management, Marketing Management, Financial Management, Human Resource Management, and the new program Major in Business Analytics. The third floor also houses our expansive library and information center. That covers the Bolton side. Let's head on over to the Embassy campus. Across the Bolton is the Embassy side, and it's named that way because it used to be the grounds for Japanese embassy back in World War II. Today, it is a sprawling area that houses the gymnasium for large events, our admission office, our Center for Health Services, or the student clinic and the external relation office out front on the first floor. Going up, you can find the International Affairs Office where matters for foreign exchange students are processed among others. And walking further, you will find the office of the Senior High School Department. Outside of the Embassy campus, on the Ponciano side, we have the Multi-Test Diagnostic Center, which offers various laboratory services like blood testing, X-ray, and doctor consultations. Bolton and Embassy campus are located at the heart of downtown Davao. So it's easy to commute from here to many other places you might need to go. And speaking of which, did you know that has a campus at Matina? I'll send you over to our teacher friends in Matina campus and they can show you around.
We're now inside the University of Mindanao's largest campus. The 28-hectare Matina campus encompasses the Matina area going up to Maa. Right beside the Gravahan exit is the Basic Education Building, where it caters from kindergarten up to junior high school students with lots of space for learning and play.
Going further inside the campus, you'll spot the 4-story Business Engineering Building. Its first and second floor houses laboratories for engineering programs. It is the premier engineering school for its Level 4 accreditation granted by the PACOCOA and the Center of Development Status by the Commission on Higher Education. College of Engineering offers the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Chemical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Electronics Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in Civil Engineering, major in Structural, Water Resource, Transportation, and Geotechnical. The third floor of the BE building is home to Davao Region's roster of top-notchers of the CPA licensure examination. The College of Accounting Education has Level 3 accreditation from PACACOA and is certified by the Commission on Higher Education as a Center of Development. The College of Accounting Education offers the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Accountancy, Bachelor of Science in Internal Auditing, Bachelor of Science in Accounting Information System, Bachelor of Science in Management Accounting. The Learning and Information Center takes up the entire topmost floor of the BE building. It houses all the university's books available for borrowing.
Let's take a scenic trip to the College of Hospitality Education.
Located near the UM Athena Gymnasium, the College of Hospitality Education has Level 3 accreditation from PACACOA and offers the following programs: Bachelor of Science in Hospitality Management and Bachelor of Science in Tourism Management. The College of Hospitality Education also has industry-level facilities like the La Spezia Mini Hotel, the Function Hall, and the kitchen and bakery areas. Located behind the gymnasium is the UM Hangar, where students can test their inventions and other experiments. The hangar holds the university's Coleoptera Research Center, the first university-based center in the Philippines dedicated to study the conservation and cataloging of Philippine beetle species. Every large university, such as UM, has a place where students gather for major events. And UM doesn't just have its Bolton Gymnasium. We also have the Matina Gymnasium too, equipped with fold-away bleachers and professional standard flooring for the courts. The gym is the perfect venue for sporting and other extracurricular activities.
Despite being a bustling school, there's plenty of space in UM Athena for some quiet time and to be surrounded by nature. UM Athena has a mini forest with tables and benches because UM believes that learning and rest isn't just limited to the walls of a room. Is this tour making you a little hungry? Across the gymnasium is the university canteen and food court, which serves a variety of affordable meals, snacks, and drinks, where students can eat comfortably. Tables are regularly sanitized and electric fans are provided. Let's head down to the GET building.
Named after the school's founder, Guillermo E. Torres, the building is home to Davao Region's producer of top-notchers in the licensure examinations for teachers. The College of Teacher Education offers the following programs: Bachelor of Elementary Education, Bachelor of Early Childhood Education, Bachelor of Special Needs Education, Bachelor of Physical Education, and Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in Biological Sciences, English, Social Studies, Filipino, and Mathematics. Also, found on the first floor of the GET building is the Audio-Visual Room 2, an air-conditioned and carpeted, fully equipped facility with cinema-style folded seating, which is frequently used for different programs. The second and third floor of the GET building is occupied by the premier criminology school in Davao, the College of Criminal Justice Education. The CCJE offers Bachelor of Science in Criminology and Bachelor of Science in Industrial Security Management. Heading further inside the campus, away from GET, we'll reach the DPT building. Named after former school president Dolores P. Torres, the 4-story building houses the mini auditorium, the Quality Management Office, Research and Publication Center, Institute of Pedagogical and Assessment Center, some laboratories, and pocket gardens on its first floor. Located on the DPT's second floor is the College of Arts and Sciences Education. CASE offers the following programs: Bachelor of Arts in English, Bachelor of Arts in Communication, Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science, Bachelor of Science in Agroforestry, Bachelor of Science in Forestry, Bachelor of Science in Biology, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Bachelor of Arts in Political Science, Bachelor of Science in Public Administration, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, and Bachelor of Science in Social Work. The third floor of the DPT building houses the College of Health Sciences Education, or the CHSE. CHSE offers Bachelor of Science in Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Pharmacy, Bachelor of Science in Medical Technology, and Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Dietetics. Sharing the floor with CHSE is the College of Computing Education. CCE offers Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Bachelor of Science in Information System, Bachelor of Science in Entertainment and Multimedia Computing, major in Game Development and Digital Animation. The topmost floor of the DPT building is home to the Creative Academic Unit of the College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education. CAFAE offers Bachelor of Science in Architecture, Bachelor of Fine Arts major in Painting. Let's head back down and you'll see that across the DPT building is our Professional Schools building. It is led by its Dean, Dr. Eugenio S. Guhao, and serves to bring globally recognized ISO standard and PACOCOA accredited postgraduate and doctorate degrees to more Davaoenos. We're about to head out now, but before we leave, let's take a look at the Oval Track and Sports Stadium. It has a 400-meter rubberized track suitable for track and field training and other sporting activities. The sports stadium served as the venue for the 2019 Palarong Pambansa.
Thanks for joining this campus tour. Oh, by the way, even though is already a formidable university that is second in the whole Philippines to offer the most number of PACOCOA accredited programs, we do not rest. The administration keeps on working very hard just to be sure that more Filipinos here and abroad are able to obtain quality, affordable, and open education. Hope to have you here at soon, ga!
All right, so good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the University of Mindanao. And you just had seen the two campuses of here in Davao City, and that is the Bolton and also the Matina campus. And welcome to the Senior High School Immersion webinar. And I believe that every one of you is excited for our session. We are also excited to give you a lot of information with regards to immersion, the architecture and fine arts immersion. And we are also live sa ating YouTube channel. If as we go around as we will go along with our activity this afternoon, you'll encounter difficulty in connection, you can go to our YouTube channel. All right. Okay, so to start, to start our webinar this afternoon, let us start this in a word of in a prayer to be given to us by the University of Mindanao, Corral.
Signore mi rende uno strumento della vostra pace.
Lord, make me understand of your peace.
Dove ci è odio, lasciarlo seminare l'amore.
Where there is hatred, let me so love.
Dove ci è verità,
Where there is injury,
perdono,
pardon.
dove ci è dubbio,
Where there is doubt,
fede,
faith.
dove ci è desperazione,
Is despair.
sperare, dove ci è neresa,
Where there is darkness,
illuminarsi, dove c'è la tristezza, oh, divine Master, grant that having us so much need, be consoled as to console.
to be understood as to understand.
To be loved as to love.
As to love.
For it is in giving that we receive. It is in pardoning that we are pardoned.
It is in dying that we are born again.
It is in dying that we are born again.
It is in dying that we are born again to eternal life.
Il Signore mi rende uno strumento della vostra pace.
Lord, make
Il Signore
make me a instrument
of your peace.
All right, so again, good afternoon and welcome to our webinar this afternoon. Welcome to the University of Mindanao Senior High School Immersion webinar. And this afternoon, no, we have a lot of speakers, no, that we invited. We have, I believe, three speakers, no, who will give us a lot of information with regards to architecture and fine arts immersion webinar, and also with regards to other learning areas, no, of the subject of your subject, immersion. No, we will be talking about um, pre-employment requirements, that involves writing a cover letter, a winning cover letter and resume, how to ace the interview, work ethics, and also writing, social media etiquette. All of these things, no, are actually an initiative of the University of Mindanao in support, no, to the DepEd's work immersion implementation for all senior high school now during this pandemic. I know that this current crisis really limits, no, your opportunity as learners to have this what we call work immersion, no, in those industry partners of your respective schools, and also performing the duties and responsibilities, no, based on your strength, no, and also experiencing, no, those pre and also post immersion activities that I believe your teachers, no, are really prepared, but because of this pandemic, no, those preparation were not really given unto you guys. But as a proactive response of the university, we've been doing this, no, providing this free webinars to you, to every one of you. So we encourage, no, if you have friends and classmates that are also interested into this immersion, no, webinar, you can also give the link that we've already sent no via email. All right, so so that they can join on our senior high school immersion webinar. And this is the fourth episode of our series no of free webinar series. And this episode we're going to focus on architecture and fine arts immersion webinar. I believe you're excited for this. All right. So, but before that, no, we would like to recognize the schools who are here, students, no, from different schools across the Lava region. We have here, no, from the University of Mindanao, no, mga students from UM, and we will also request others, not to um write, no, I mean type your name, your school, and also your strand, no, so that we'll be able to know who are those participants here. So this is intended no for STEM and also GAS, and I believe there are also TVL no na mga students na who joined and registered no in this webinar. So hopefully no they can join with us because this is a 3-hour natin na webinar. So I believe they can also join. So again, once you have problems with your connections, you can go to our YouTube channel and still join with our webinar this afternoon. And so without further ado, let's start our first topic this afternoon. And our topic now for the first session now would be about pre-employment requirements. And for us to know more about this, how to write a winning cover letter and resume, how to ace the interview, work ethics, and social media etiquette, all of these topics that I have mentioned no, will be given to us or will be um, explaining no to every one of us, especially you guys no from the senior high school, because I don't know what would be your plan. It's either you go you pursue your higher education or you want to work, and these pre-employment requirements are really necessary for you to really prepare yourselves for this. And so without further ado, to give us a lot of information on this, on the pre-employment requirements, the Student Career Development Coordinator of the University of Mindanao, Miss Kate Deris Tencinco. Ma'am.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
Okay, hi, good afternoon, everybody. I hope everyone is doing okay today. And I see a lot of students no, in our meeting this afternoon. I hope na mas dadami pa in a while because this webinar immersion that has been prepared for you guys is going to be extremely helpful for you, especially if you guys are looking to ano ba, start working. But if you're not going to start working after senior high, then this webinar will still be very useful for you as you will be able to discover kung anong meron sa College of Architecture and Fine Arts, if I'm not mistaken. So, but anyway, for this afternoon, I have been tasked to present to you how to land a job, no? And how do we do that? Basically, we begin with the very crucial step, no, of creating a winning cover letter and resume. And then we're going to look towards preparing for an interview and how to ace your interview. So, can you see my screen na ba? Klaro na ba siya?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. So for everyone who is here, if you are ready to listen to our webinar this afternoon, no, can I get some ano na lang be in our chat box? Can I get some ones muna be sa mga nandito sa Zoom natin? So let's see if ready na ba tayong mag-participate. Meron ba dyan? Type 1 in the chat box if we are ready to listen. Agoy, wala pa. Hopefully ayan, there we go. Okay, thank you so much everybody. So hopefully you can lend me your ears for just a short while so that you will be able to learn something new, something different, something na I think wala sa inyong curriculum sa school, no? So hopefully you will take away something useful from this presentation. All right, so let's begin. What will be our topics for this afternoon? First of all, we're going to talk about your cover letter and your resume. And then, as I said, a job interview. And we're also going to include social media etiquette. applicant. Okay, so let's begin. Why do we write a cover letter? Para saan ba yung cover letter natin? So for you guys, because you're still in senior high school, probably this is something new to you. When we say a cover letter, this is a letter that we submit na upon applying for a job. So when we look for a job, kapag naghahanap tayo ng trabaho, hindi siya basta-basta lang na, uy, gusto ko magtrabaho doon. To make the whole process formal, we have to submit what we call a cover letter, and at the same time, we also submit a resume. So yung dalawang documents na yon, yung pinakaunang those two documents will be the two documents that the company will receive from you, and this is going to create their first impression of you, which is why very important kaayo ang cover letter natin and resume. Okay, so first, para saan ba yung cover letter natin? This will show your communication skills and your writing skills. At the same time, this will highlight the purpose of the letter and introduce the writer or applicant to the reader. Now, you might be wondering, ma'am, if for example, architect na ako no, in the future, bakit nila kailangan malaman yung communication skills ko or yung writing skills ko na hindi naman yun yung task ko? Well, basically, your cover letter, it shows how you're able to relate to other people. No? So when we talk about communication skills, hindi naman siya, it's not limited to literally you talking. No? It also talks about how you're able to relate to other people. Okay, so this cover letter will show them na, this person, kaya niya relate sa ibang tao. And at the same time, also tells them that you are able to write as well. No, important yan. Kasi kung hindi ka naman marunong mag-write, how are you going to communicate literally with other people? Okay, next, it will highlight the purpose of your letter. So of course, when you are applying for a position, you have to let them know of your intention na ito pala yung gusto nyo mangyari. Gusto nyo pala mag-apply sa position na architect 1 or junior architect or senior architect. So dapat malaman nila yan, and they will know that through the cover letter that you are going to submit to them. And at the same time, it will also give the reader an idea of whether to continue reading the rest of the documents or not. So pinaka-first talaga usually na tinitingnan ng mga recruiters is your cover letter. So dito nila kayo i-judge. Okay, so lahat yung magagawa niya. They're really going to judge us based on our cover letters and our resume. So si cover letter, kapag maganda yung pagkasulat or the contents of your cover letter is good and it's interesting, then most likely that will make them want to look at your resume. Okay, so that's why we have to start with a very good na cover letter. Okay, next. So ano ba yung contents? Ano ba yung contents or ano yung itsura ng cover letter natin? Well, basically, or rather traditionally, we would include a heading part wherein we would include your personal address and the date that you wrote the letter. But these days, it's not so common anymore to see this part. Usually, they just start with the date for the day. There are some that still follows this particular format, but usually date na lang yung pinakauna natin. After the date is we would put the inside address. Ano yung inside address, ma'am? Your inside address tells us who you are addressing the letter to. So as you can see, you would include the employer's name, the title of the recruiter, and then the business name, and then the business address. So dito nyo makikita kung saan nyo i-address yung letter nyo. So for example, yung ginagawa kapag hindi mo kilala or you don't know who you are sending the letter to, this is where you would put, for example, the manager or the HR manager or the recruiting manager. Parang ganon. Dyan nyo ilalagay. And then you also include their job title. Now, actually, when you are writing a cover letter, immediate na bonus points sa'yo kapag alam mo kung kanino dapat siya i-submit na letter. So, when you exert extra effort to find out kung sino ba yung HR head or sino ba yung recruiting head, and you identify their name, that's already plus points for you. Okay, instead of putting the manager or the HR manager, kasi that shows na hindi ka nag-effort na kilalanin kung sino talaga yung in charge. Okay, and upon doing that, you might as well find out kung ano yung proper na job title niya. Kasi it could be, for example, na let's say ako, sulat niyo pangalan ko, Kate Tansinko. Tapos yung position ko is Career Development Officer. Tapos yung nilagay niyo pala doon is HR Manager. So biglang nagbago yung job position ko, di ba? Malay niyo baka na-demote niyo bigla yung tao. So let's not do that one. While we are trying to discover who we are addressing the letter to, might as well go to the extent of finding out kung ano talaga yung position niya so that we can give them the credit that is due to them. Okay? And then we're also going to include their business name, so kung ano yung name ng company, and then kung saan yung company, saan yung, yung place, location ng company. Nakasulat yan siya lahat sa taas. And then after that, we follow with a salutation. So for this one, this is I think this is something that we need to correct as early as senior high. So technically or normally, people would write Dear Sir or Dear Ma'am. And that's fine for a love letter or a friendly letter. But when you are writing a formal letter, such as a cover letter, we should stay away from using the term dear. Kasi yung dear, ibig sabihin nun, close kayo. Dear yung tao sa iyo, di ba? Hindi naman kayo close ng HR sa company unless talang close talaga kayo, di ba? So do not use dear. That's very informal. Okay? So instead, you just write the name of the person and then use a colon. Ma'am, what's a colon? Katulad ng dua kayong ani, this is your colon. Kasi usually, people write, for example, the name, and then, sorry, pangit yung pagkasulat na, and then they use a comma. That's the normal process that we know. But when we are writing a formal letter, what we do is we use the name and then we use a colon instead of a comma. Okay, that's how you would transform your salutation into a formal type of salutation. Okay, next is we are going to have an introductory paragraph. So in the introductory paragraph, you're going to state how you found out about the information about the job opening, and you mention your interest in the position. Ito yung pinaka-crucial na part sa ating letter. Sabihin mo sa kanila, how did you know? Paano mo nalaman or saan mo nalaman na may vacancy sila? Tapos, isabi mo na rin doon kung ano yung position na gusto mo. Okay? So, when you are able to identify the particular position that you're applying for, it makes it easier for the recruiting person or the recruiting team to identify na, eto pala si Kate, gusto niya malagay as a junior architect or gusto niya maging senior architect or something like that. Okay? So example would be, in response to the May 18 advertisement in Mindanao Times, I have enclosed my resume for the marketing assistant position. So i-identify niya saan niya nalaman about the job, and then i-identify niya rin kung ano yung position niya gusto niya. Ma'am, ganun important man i-identify na mo kung asa na mo nahibawaan or where we found out about the job opening. It's because this is data for the recruitment team. Kasi malalaman nila if effective ba na nagpo-post sila sa Mindanao Times, effective ba nagpo-post sila sa Facebook. Kasi kung hindi na sila mag-suspend doon. Okay? So you include that one. Next, so your introductory paragraph usually is very short lang siya. Yun lang usually ang content na introductory paragraph nyo, where you found out about the job and what position you are applying for. Okay? And then next, for your middle paragraph, you're going to describe your qualifications. So you're going to point out any related experiences that you have. And then this could be from your OJT or some other professional work. And you're going to sell your skills and knowledge relevant to the position. So itong middle paragraph na to, ito na yung pinaka-meat ng letter mo. Kasi dito ka na mag-show off kung anong meron ka. But bear in mind that in this paragraph, you have to be quite brief and concise. So you have to pick out or you have to highlight experiences and qualifications and skills that would really give you an edge over the other applicants. Kasi remember, you're also sending them your resume. So huwag mo ulitin. Kung nandun na siya sa resume, huwag mo siyang ulitin dito sa cover letter. You pick out something that is really quite interesting na about you, or siguro hindi mo naman maiwasan na yung OJT experience mo, for example, nandun talaga yun sa resume mo, pwede mo na din siya isalit din sa cover letter mo. Per highlight mo, for example, I had my OJT at, I don't know, let's say sa accounting, sorry ha, accounting kasi ako related. So let's say I had my OJT at SGV. And SGV is a big company when it comes to accounting. So when you highlight that, it shows them na, magaling pala tong bata na to kasi nakakuha siya ng internship sa SGV. Okay, so you pick out information or details that would really give you an edge over the other applicants. Huwag mo ilagay lahat. Huwag niyo muna ibigay lahat. Ibigay niyo lang muna yung pinaka-best niyo muna dito sa cover letter. Okay? And next, for your closing paragraph, you close by thanking the reader and requesting an interview. So this is very important as well. Now that you've told them who you are, you have to tell them that you want to have an interview with them. Okay, so of course, you will tell them na at your convenience. No? For example, dito, I wish to discuss my qualifications and interests for the position with you at your most convenient time. Ibig sabihin, kung kailan kayo available, sila recruiter, then you will adjust sa kanila. Okay? Huwag kang mag-demand na, uy, gusto ko mag-ipa-interview sa inyo bukas kaagad. Okay, don't do that one. What you're going to do is you're going to give them the prerogative to choose the day that they would like to interview you. Okay, and of course, you have to include your contact details. And when you do, make sure na yung ilalagay ninyo na number or email address is your active mobile number and email address. Kasi meron companies, I have personally tried this myself, there were some who contacted me through my mobile phone, and there were others as well who contacted me through my email. So if you are in the season of applying for a job, please make sure to include an active na mobile number and active na email address. Okay, and then also make sure to check your phone and your email address regularly kasi baka nasa spam ninyo, hindi nyo lang nakita. So check niyo yun siya all the time. Okay, of course you thank them as well for sparing time to read your cover letter, and then you're going to have your complimentary post. So dito sa complimentary post, usually kapag formal letter siya, it's better to just stick with sincerely or truly. Yan, enough na yan siya. Huwag na yours very sincerely, yours very truly. Huwag na yan siya. Masyado na yung too much. Okay, so you can just use sincerely or just truly. Enough na siya. And then, of course, you're going to include your name. And then at the bottom or under your name, you're going to have your enclosure, which would indicate what you have enclosed with the letter. So it would include, for example, your resume or your TOR if they requested for it. So ano yung purpose nito enclosure? It's just to prompt them na may ibang documents ka pang sinali sa letter na yan para alam nila to look for those documents. Okay? So, ano yung example? Ito yung itsura niya. This is what it normally looks like. So, as I said kanina, diba? Usually, it starts with the date na lang dito sa taas. Hindi na nilalagay yung personal mo na address. We don't normally do that anymore. We just start with the date. And then, of course, the name to whom you are addressing the letter to, that person's job position or job title, and then the company name, and then the address of the company. Tapos yung sabi natin kanina, yung salutation mo, lagay mo lang siya yung name niya kaagad. So of course, hindi naman Kate lang, no, or Benji lang. Lagay mo naman ng ma'am or sir or mister. That would be enough. And then use your colon. Okay? And then your introductory paragraph. So of course, sabi niya, gusto niya mag-apply for an internship. Yung purpose niya sa letter. Tapos nakita niya yung advertisement nila sa searchingforjob.com. Okay? And then sa second paragraph, dito na yung ipibenta mo na yung skills and experiences mo. So for Ronalyn, meron siyang experience as an officer in their program's academic organization, no, and a president of a classroom officer. So I'm guessing si Ronalyn was a fresh grad, no? So you might be thinking, Ma'am, paano kami senior high? Wala naman kaming job experience, no? But we want to apply. Let's say, for example, you want to venture into, let's say lang ha, for example, a call center. Ano yung malalagay namin na experience? Just like Ronalyn, you can make use of your extracurricular activities sa senior high school. So if you were active in an organization or a club, you were a member of a club, or even better, if you were an officer of a club, you can include that one, just like Ronalyn here. Okay, because it shows you are able to take responsibility and you are able to handle, you are able to manage your time as a student and at the same time as a member of an organization. Okay? And then you could also include here your skills. So si Ronaldin sabi niya, these experiences help me to enhance my social skills as well as to work with peers on a variety of different levels. Tapos sabi niya pa, I am enthusiastic, dependable, and hard worker as it shows in my completed attendance and my high grades. So of course, you have to be very careful sa paragraph na ito kasi you don't want to sound mayabang. Okay, so be careful with the words that you choose. Of course, gusto mo mabenta sa ang self mo pero wag mo namang isulat in a mayabang way. Okay? And then the closing paragraph, herewith, ang ginawa ni Rodalyn here is her enclosure was in the closing paragraph, which is also fine. So herewith attached is my resume. Ito yung enclosure niya. I would love the opportunity to share my counseling skills in caring nature with patients of SPMC as an intern. Okay, I wish to discuss my qualifications and show how I can contribute to your institution at your most convenient time. Tapos, I can be reached at number and email, and thank you for your time and consideration. So, very polite yung pagkasabi ni Ronaldin na gusto ko maging intern sa inyo. Kaya bigyan niyo ako ng interview. Okay, very politely said. And then you have your closing signature, you have sincerely, and then you have your name and then your signature. So yan lang usually yung cover letters natin usually are not long. Very brief and very concise lang talaga siya just to introduce yourself very briefly. Okay? So far, are you following ba? Gets ba natin so far? May questions ba so far? Wala. Sige daw, be, if gets natin so far, can we type number 3 in the chat box? Let's see if may nakikinig pa ba. Ayun, thank you, Micaela. I see your... Okay, we also have Shane and Inka and Athena. Thank you so much, guys. You're still following with me, so let's move forward. Okay, there we go. Great, so let's move forward. Ayan. This time, yung cover letter natin kanina, remember, yun yung pinakauna na ibibigay nyo or yun yung pinakauna na makikita nila. This time, let's move forward to your resume. So your resume, this is basically your personal brochure. Okay, to market yourself. It should give your potential employer a quick view of what you can do for them. Kanina yung cover letter natin, we just introduced ourselves. This time sa resume, we're going to tell them what we can do for them through the experiences and achievements and skills that we have collected over the years. Okay, so ano ba yung content ng resume natin? Well, for new graduates, you can list your accomplishments in school. Again, don't worry if you don't have any work-related accomplishments. You can pick out those school accomplishments that show responsibility, dependability, a cooperative spirit, and such. So anything that would show na kaya mong maging responsible and kaya mong you're able to work with other people. Kasi when you're applying for a job, necessary talaga na you work with other people. So kung hindi mo yan kaya or if you have no proof to show na kaya mo yung gawin, medyo mahihirapan ka yan. Okay? So what are those things that you include? You should include in your resume rather. You, of course, your full name, your address, your contact number, your email address, a summary statement, the work or school experience, and then your job responsibilities, accomplishments, and your education. So when you are applying for a job, make sure to include in your resume the information that are relevant. Yung relevant lang sa position na ina-applyan nyo. So what do I mean by that? For example, since we're we are going to be introduced to the College of Arts and Architecture rather and Fine Arts this afternoon, no? So kung mag-a-apply ka as an architect, wag mo na ilagay dun sa resume mo that you won, Mutya ng Davao. Hindi naman yan relevant sa work mo. Although it does give you something interesting to talk about, but that's something that you can maybe bring up during the interview. Kung sasabihin or kung tatanungin ka ng interviewer, can you tell me something interesting about yourself? O at least, di ba, si Mutya ng Davao wala dun sa resume mo. Di masyashock sila, kaya pala ang ganda mo, Char. Okay? So, if it is not relevant to the position, don't write it na lang sa resume kasi it will take up space sa paper or it will take up space sa resume nyo. Okay? And as well for your education, usually we include kapag fresh college graduate ka, usually yung sinasali natin is yung senior high lang. Senior high tapos college. We don't include na yung lower years pa. Especially yung elementary and preschool nyo. Wag nyo na yun siya isali. Okay? So for senior high, maybe you can include just senior high and junior high. That would be enough. All right? Next, so when you're writing your resume, really it's about you deciding on what information about you would be relevant to the job that you are applying for. Okay, so your resume should be able to answer the questions. Number one, what can you do for me? Ano yung skills mo? Number two, do you have the skills that I am looking for? Where have you worked before? Is your experience relevant to my needs? Do you have the right education and our credentials? And what kind of person are you? And where can I contact you? So, kung yung resume mo hindi masasagot itong mga tanong na to, you have to do it again. Okay? Kasi magiging useless yung resume ninyo. So make sure at the very least your resume will be able to answer 6 of these questions, no? Pero don't forget yung where I can contact you. Very important yan siya. So might as well think na kailangan itong 7 na to masagot talaga siya. Okay? So next, what are the common skills that you will need? Well, first of all, very important is your communication skills. As I said earlier, kailangan you know how to relate to other people. And not just in terms of verbal communication, but also in terms of nonverbal communication. So your body language, the tone of your voice, those kinds of things, no? You have to know how to relate with other people and talk to them in a level na dili ka makig-away. Okay? Kanang kaya ni mo ba nga civilized ka makig-istorya og tao. Okay? Di ka diretso mangaway. Next is problem solving. Of course, that's really part of your job. You have to know how to solve problems because on a daily basis in your job, you will be encountering challenges and obstacles, maybe first times, no, na hindi mo alam kung paano siya gawin. So you have to have the ability to adapt to the situation so that you can solve whatever that problem is before you. Okay, and then next, you need to show responsibility, no? And of course, kasi magtatrabaho na tayo, binabayaran tayo, kailangan responsible tayo. Next is your eagerness to learn. So once you graduate from college, wow na no, medyo mataas na tingin natin sa self natin kasi may degree na. Pero don't forget, there are some things that maybe we did not learn while we were in college, no? Because usually kapag nasa college, nakafocus lang yan siya kung ano yung skills na major natin. So it might be that when you go into the office, there are some things that you have yet to learn. So dapat open ka to learning new things. Okay? Wag kang nagdadabog dyan because they're telling you to learn something new. Instead, embrace that and be eager to learn. Okay? And the next, number 5, creative thinking. So that you won't get bored. So be creative, no, when it comes to your job. Allow yourself to welcome new ideas and allow yourself to be creative in the conduct of your job. Next is your people skills or your social skills. So as we said earlier on, we need to be able to relate to other people kasi most jobs would really require you to work with other people. So kailangan alam mo paano mag-mingle with other people. Next is your personal skills. Ikaw mismo kung ano yung mga kaya mo gawin. And then self-management, the same, more or less the same. And also your technical skills. When we say technical skills, this refers to your know-how sa job. Kung ano yung mga, for example, if nasa IT ka, no, alam mo ba paano mag-code? Or if nasa architecture ka, alam mo ba yung mga jargons sa architecture? Alam mo ba kung ano yung una sa process ng ganito, ganyan? So that would be your technical skills. Okay? That also includes using Microsoft Word and Microsoft Excel and Microsoft PowerPoint. Very basic sila, but there's actually like a deeper level into knowing how to use Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and Excel on a professional level. Okay? So how do we develop these skills? Well, number 1, first of all, will be school. No, school is where we learn things, right? So we are expected to be able to develop these 9 skills in school. Next is through social activities. So as I said earlier, it would be good if you also have extracurricular activities. No, it is important to focus sa ACADS natin, but at the same time, we have to be able to socialize as well with other people because this will help us this will help us hone our social skills, no? Paano makipagmingle with other people. And then next is your hobby. So when you have free time, what do you do? How do you make use of your time? Do you just sit there and watch Netflix all day? Or do you, for example, go out and exercise? Or do you, for example, do volunteer work? Well, that's number 5. Or maybe you go out and learn a new hobby. Matuto ka mag-guitar or matuto ka mag-swim. How you make use of your time also tells us what kind of person you are. Okay? Next, as I said earlier, volunteer work. Sabatable na yan. And then your house chores. Sino dito ang my house chores? Sige daw, kung my house chores, can we type number 4 sa chat box? Sino yung pinapahugas ng plates? Sino yung naglalaban ng mga damit? Sino yung naglilinis ng table, nagfo-fold ng clothes? My goodness, Micaela lang ba? Si Athena din. Okay, so we have our house chores, right? So which one, I wonder, which one ang pinakaayaw ninyo na house chores? For me, I don't like cleaning the table. I prefer to wash the dishes. Ewan ko bakit. Basta, mas bet ko yun. But anyway, these house chores basically inculcates in us a sense of responsibility. So if kayo, from a young age pa lang, pagkabata pa lang, you were already given the responsibility in terms of your house chores, you should be very thankful sa inyong parents because they have allowed you at a young age to develop a sense of responsibility. Kasi marunong ka maghugas ng plato, marunong ka sweep the floor, you know how to clean you know how to clean the house, you know how to fold clothes, you know how to wash your clothes. So those are very basic skills that we need to have in order to survive. And at the same time, it teaches us how to be responsible. Okay? And then community work. Of course, your visibility within the community. Okay? Next. How long should your resume be? Your resume at most should be 2 pages only. Kaya yung sabi ko kanina, you have to pick out only the information that are relevant to the job that you're applying for. All right, so make sure that you scrutinize, piliin nyo talaga yung pinaka the best of the best about yourself. This is where yung sinasabing first impressions last. This is where it's very applicable. Kung ano yung nakalagay sa resume mo will really affect how a company sees you and your ability. So make sure to choose wisely kung ano yung isasali nyo. Okay? What should I include in my personal data? Kasi kanina, di ba, nakasali yung personal data natin sa resume, but don't put everything about you. Hindi naman ito slam book. Okay? So in general, you avoid facts that may be used to discriminate against you. Okay? So if, for example, you're applying for a job as an architect, huwag mo na isali yung height and weight mo. Hindi naman yan important sa job as an architect. Pero naman, if you're applying as a model, I think that is necessary. So you include your height and weight. Pero kung hindi naman kailangan, huwag mo nang isali. Okay? This is a very important question. Should I put my photo in my resume? So traditionally, we would include our photo sa ating resume, no? But these days, a better approach would be for you to not include your picture. Unless, of course, the job that you're applying for requires you. For example, kapag mag-a-apply ka as cabin crew, edi yung mukha mo naman yung pupunan mo, right? As a cabin crew. So they would really require you to include a photo of yourself. But if, again, we are applying as an architect, hindi naman yun relevant kung maganda ka or hindi yun siya relevant sa trabaho mo, right? So if it's not required, then don't put it. Okay, kasi there are some people, whether we like it or not, admittedly, there are some people who will really judge you based on how you look. Tas minsan hindi naman yan pantay, no? Sobrang galing mo sa skills, pero medyo hindi masyadong okay sa looks department. So baka ma-discriminate ka tuloy. Okay, so it would be best not to include your photo. Okay. Next, what's an example of a resume? So the one that you see on your screen right now, this is actually an example of a, a creative resume, because we have traditional resumes and we also have creative resumes. When you say traditional resume, it's the black and white one. Yung simple lang. Yung black and white, literal na black and white lang siya. Kapag naman creative siya na resume, it looks like this, the one on the screen right now. So medyo may colors, may icons, and it kind of makes it easier for the recruiter to check kung ano yung meron sa iyo. So, for example, here, your skills, naka-summarize siya into bullet points lang. Yung education nyo, you can easily pinpoint saan yung information about education dahil sa icon, right? And then you also have your character references, your seminars. So, overall, your creative resume does the same thing as a traditional na resume. It's just that it's more pleasing to the eyes. Pero again, depende naman yan sa type of company that you are applying for. Ma'am, saan ba ginagamit yung creative na resume, and saan ginagamit yung traditional na resume? Well, technically, the traditional resumes are used for companies that require you to work at the office. So kapag face-to-face yung job mo, usually traditional siya na resume. Kapag naman the job that you're applying for is online, if you are applying for an online job like a virtual assistant or those kinds of jobs, usually ito yung hinihingi nila, a creative resume. Bakit? It's because when you are on the online platform, you will have a lot of competition. Compared to traditional businesses, yung competition mo is nandun lang within the city, right? Pero kapag nasa online ka, yung competition mo is kasali yung mga nasa America, yung mga nasa, I don't know, Brazil or Finland or whatever. So you have to do something to make your resume more attractive than the other persons. That's why meron silang creative na resume. But the purpose is still the same. Okay? So hopefully naintindihan niyo yun. Next part, once you have created your cover letter, you have created your resume, tas maganda na siya and everything, dito na magsi-start yung pagbaba ng confidence natin. Okay, so we are done submitting with our cover letters and our resumes. Pagdating sa interview, dun na masyado tayong kinakabahan, kaya minsan hindi natin nakukuha yung job kasi yung interview natin was not good. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, basically, preparation is half the battle. Ibig sabihin, if before your interview, you have already exhausted all of the means for you to prepare for that interview, then you're halfway there na. Okay, so what are those types of preparations? Well, of course, you research about the company, you find out where the location is para hindi ka malate, no? You find out, you prepare your outfit, make sure that you look good on that day, you compose yourself. No? So basically, how candidates behave during the interview is often seen as an indicator of how well they will perform. So, for example, you're waiting for your turn para sa interview, tapos masyado kang nag-fidget or you're like very uneasy, it already tells you, it's already an indication rather of how well you will perform. Kasi kapag dun pa lang sa waiting area, parang hindi ka mapakali, you're very you're very uneasy, that will already affect how you're going to perform during the interview. The better prepared you are, the less nervous you will feel and the more confident you will appear. Kapag alam mo, it's like when you're taking your exam. Kapag nakapag-study ka talaga, tapos na-memorize mo lahat ng kailangan i-memorize, you're ready to take the exam, right? And it's the same thing with an interview. Once you have all of the details that you need, then you will be ready for the interview. And the more you know about the purpose of the interview and the organization, the better your responses to the questions will be. So that's why you need to do extra research when you are applying for a job. Okay? Yung iba kasi parang for them, the interview is just for formality's sake. Parang hindi nila nakikita yung purpose talaga. Kaya hindi sila nag-research about the organization. And that's why they don't get hired, because they did not exert the extra effort of getting to know the company that they are working for. So keep that in mind. The more you know about the organization, the better chances you have of giving responses that are good. Okay? Next, so generally, what do employers most look for in an interview? Well, number one, first question, can you do the job? So when they are asking if you can do the job, they are referring to your skills, your talents, your competencies, and your abilities. Yung kung kaya mo ba talaga siyang gawin. Next one is, will you do the job? So when you say, will you do the job, this talks about your interest, your motivation, the right values to work. So pwede naman kasi na kaya mong gawin yung job, pero gusto mo bang gawin yung trabaho? Okay? First one, kaya mo bang gawin? Number two, gusto mo bang gawin yung trabaho na yon? And the last question is, will you fit in with the company and its culture? Kasi if, for example, yung recruiter, makita niya na yung values mo as a person is not aligned with the values of the company, even if kaya mong gawin yung trabaho and gusto mong gawin yung trabaho, hindi naman nag-fit in yung personality mo sa company, they will not hire you. Okay, so this talks about your interpersonal skills, your adaptability, your positive work attitude. Kung masyadong mataas yung tingin mo sa self mo, no, na ayaw mo, you don't wanna mingle with other people, you don't wanna make friends with them kasi you wanna work independently, then most likely they will not consider you, especially if that company values teamwork or interpersonal communication. Okay, so those are the top 3 things that they will really consider. Next, let's have some example no, na job interview questions. Kasi as I said kanina, dito usually nasisira yung chances natin for getting the job kasi we don't know how to answer these job questions. They may seem very simple, but actually there's some sort of psychology behind these questions, no? So that you are able to sell yourself properly. So for example, ito, tell me something about yourself. Very simple siya na question, right? You would think, tell me something about yourself. So mag-enumerate ka, my name is ganito, my school is ganito, I live here, I do this, I do that. But once you spout those words no without thinking, sasabihin mo lang kung ano yung pumapasok sa brain mo, you're actually already creating more questions in the mind of the recruiter para makatch ka nila, na para hindi mo alam kung anong sasabihin, which is if that information is too personal, wag mo nang isali. Okay? Information. 1 to 2 minute synopsis of what should suffice. And you use what you describe your strengths, accomplishments, and experiences relevant to the position. So even if nag-i-introduce ka lang sa self mo, kailangan mo pa rin siya i-bring back to how you are qualified. So for example, tell me something about yourself, Ma'am Kate. Let's say one of the values of UM is teamwork, right? So I could tell them, oh, by the way, my name is Kate, and I am actually a team player. Char, diretso day, no? But basically, ganun, no? I am a team player. I love working in teams, and I think I am better able to shine when the other people I work with also shine with me. O, diba? So, nabalik siya dun sa values ng company, which is teamwork. Of course, siguraduhin mo naman na totoo yun. Huwag mo sabihin na you're good at teamwork, but you're actually not. Okay? So, try to connect the traits that you're going to share, connect it with the company. Okay. Next, what do you know about our company? Very important question. So try to reveal that you know not only facts about the company, but you have taken an analytical view of the company. So in addition to citing information about the company, try to note their key competitors and any trends in the industry. So of course, pwede mo naman nasabi, si UM, ito yung top na school sa Mindanao. UM, especially kapag education, one of the best schools talaga all over the Philippines. But those are factual information. What else do you know about UM? No, so maybe you could give them an opinion that you can say, I have personally seen the growth of UM over the years, that it started off with this kind of image and now that it has created this new image and those kinds of things. So you give, parang bigyan mo naman ng soul yung answer mo. Wag yung puro factual lang. Okay? Next, What is your greatest weakness? Now, this is a very difficult question actually, because the interviewer here will be asking this question to see if you are honest and self-aware. Kasi kapag hindi ka self-aware, there will be tendencies that you're going to have conflicts with other people. Kasi hindi mo alam na you're going against other people na pala, or you are being too much. Kapag self-aware ka, on the other hand, you know where your limits are. Okay? So, when they ask this question, it is never good to say that you do not have any weaknesses. Yung sinasabi nila na, I believe all of my challenges have brought me to this stage where I am, those kinds of things. It's very cliche already. A better way of answering this is to really acknowledge what your weakness is. But when you acknowledge what your weakness is, you also identify, or you also say that you have taken steps to remedy it. You give concrete examples of what you're doing to improve. Ibig sabihin, for example, if you are a very impatient person, okay? I believe one of my greatest weaknesses is that I'm a very impatient person. So kapag when it comes to, let's say, for example, going to work, when you know that 7 to 8 o'clock is the rush hour, well, you're going to make the extra effort of waking up earlier para you will leave the house before that rush hour para hindi ka maging, you will not lose your patience while waiting sa traffic. Diba? Para hindi mag-init yung ulo mo sa traffic, edi you leave earlier. And that already tells them that you are aware that you are impatient, but at the same time, that you are doing something about it. Okay? So that's the best way to answer this. Huwag niyo sabihin na wala kang weakness, hindi ka perfect. Walang perfect sa world, okay? Remember that. You identify your weakness, but also tell them at the same time how you are addressing it, okay? And then next, do you have any questions? This is usually asked at the end of the interview, no? Kapag sila tapos na sila on their end, scrutinizing you and asking you all of these different questions, they will throw the question back to you. Do you have any question? And normally, our thinking is that we shouldn't ask any question kasi that's us being polite, right? However, actually, the interviewer asks this question because they want to know if you're really interested in the job or if it's just a placeholder until you find something else. Bakit yan? Kasi kapag interesado ka talaga sa job, then you would have questions about the job, the responsibility, the company itself. These questions would come to you naturally kasi interesado ka, diba? So parang you could ask, for example, ano ba yung work culture ninyo? Ano ba yung parang routine nyo on a day-to-day basis? Ano ba yung mga responsibilities ninyo? Or even better, what are the expectations? What are their expectations sa'yo kung ikaw yung matatanggap sa job na yon? So those kinds of questions would show them that you are really interested in the position. Okay, so think about the position and decide what questions you need answered before you can take the job. All right, so also these questions mas better if you prepare them beforehand, before going to the interview din. Kasi kapag meron na yung question sa mind mo, eventually on the day, maiisip mo rin, meron ka rin maiisip na bago na questions on the spot. Okay? We have another one. What can you contribute most to our organization? So answer this question by highlighting your experiences related to the position and your personal characteristics which are relevant to the performance of the job. So of course, ano yung meron sa'yo na makakapag-add ng value sa company? Kasi kung wala kang mabibigay na value sa company namin, what's the point of hiring you? Right? So ano yung mabibigay mo sa amin na hindi mabibigay ng iba? So that's how you would answer this question. Okay? So what are the most common interview mistakes? This was according to a research, no? And apparently the most common one is answering your cell phone or texting. So while you are at the interview area, no? Even when you are waiting for your turn, you're fidgeting with your phone. Don't do that. That's a very big mistake, okay? And then dressing inappropriately. So hindi maganda yung ayos niyo or hindi fit yung ayos niyo sa ina-applyan niyo na job. Appearing disinterested. Paano yun, ma'am, mag-appear na disinterested? Very first thing is your body language. Like when you're doing the interview, naka-lean back ka sa chair, no? Masyado kang relaxed. So that makes you look disinterested. But when you are interested, usually kapag interesado ka sa tao, di ba, kapag all ears ka, medyo naka-lean forward ka kasi gusto mo marinig lahat ng sinasabi nila. So the same thing in an interview. You show through your body language that you are interested. And then appearing arrogant, yung sinabi ko kanina, when you say words that are maybe too much. So make sure that you choose your words correctly. And then appearing unprepared. Kana ganing, especially your pen. When you go to an interview, make sure you have your own pen. Okay? Kasi it makes you look unprepared kung wala kang pen. Alright? Parang naghahanap ka. Hala, hindi ko nakadala ng pen, miss. Pwede makihiram. It doesn't look good. Okay? Chewing gum. Chewing gum can lessen your anxieties to a certain extent, but don't do that when you're going to an interview. It will make you appear rude. Okay? And then not providing specific answers. Yung masyadong general yung pinagsasabi mo, don't do that one. And then when you don't ask questions. Okay, so the same thing. It's not just for any interview, but for anything that you engage in. When you do not ask questions, it means to show that you were there for compliance purposes lang. Okay, so the same thing when you're joining a webinar, wala kang mga questions tinatanong at yan, ibig sabihin, hindi ka interested. Okay, so make sure that when you join something, especially your interview, you always have good questions. Okay, and then the last part of our topic so far, okay pa ba tayo? Buhay pa ba tayo? Are we still good? If we are, can I get, ano naman itatype natin? Can I get a K in our chat box? Sige, Dobe, let me see kung buhay pa ba tayo. Can we have some K? Wow, masungit sila. Kini-K nila ako. Per char lang. Sige, thank you so much for those of you who are still listening. Let's move forward to the last topic of our, this part of our webinar. Okay, so what are the things that we should remember when it comes to social media? So these days kasi masyado tayong active sa social media, no? More or less everything that comes into our mind, we post it on social media. Alam ko, majority of you don't use Facebook anymore kasi nandun yung mga relatives niya, right? So for your generation, I know, well, I'm not sure if it's a fact, but I do know especially from my friends, no, even my students before, they're very active sa Twitter. And Twitter, grabe. The social media etiquette there is halos non-existent siya. So when it comes to applying for a job, no, your social media also affects your chances of being hired. So you have to be very careful, especially when you are on the brink of graduating from college, no, and then you're applying for a professional job. Make sure that you clean up your social media accounts. Okay, why? Because they will check. They will really check your social media accounts. Okay, so what are some social media no-nos? Well, kanang kato siya, when I said earlier na kanaganing ginagmay lang the small wins, no, kanang mga things that don't need to be posted pero pinapost niyo pa rin. Don't do that anymore. Okay, examples, things that are very obvious, tas wala ka namang naunsa di ay sila nag-martial law pod. You are using some pretty strong words and references in that post, so that could cause some sort of controversy. So be careful about that. Or another one, ni bitter pahawa diris earth be. Wow. Sana all hindi bitter. Okay? So if hindi ka bitter, wag mo na lang i-post. Hayaan mo na lang yung isa na bitter. Okay? Wag mo na siya, don't join them in eating their ampalaya. Let them be. Or another one, sa manika, kainit maayo man tong gasno kay sapaw-sapaw ray katapat. Ug init bisag unsa unog bukas igang gihapon kaayo. What does that do? It doesn't do anything. It doesn't change the fact that it's scorching hot in the Philippines. Diba? So if it doesn't resolve anything, then do away with posting it na. You're exerting emotional effort plus na napapagod pa yung kamay nyo sa kakatype niyan. So huwag nyo na lang siya i-post kasi makikita yan. Lalo na kapag nakapublic yung profile nyo, people will be able to judge you based on the posts that you have on social media. Okay? More examples. Sorry. More examples, yung ungrammatical posts pa talaga or use of derogatory language, no? So be very careful. Philippines is a country that is very judgmental sa ating grammar, no? So if hindi mo alam kung tama yung grammar, wag mo na lang i-post, okay? Para hindi ka ma-judge. And also another one, when you make your posts all about you, yung content mo is puro mga mukha mo or something about yourself lang lahat, very self-centered yung mga posts mo, that's also a no-no. Because it tells, for example ha, kung ako yung recruiter, tapos nakita ko yung Facebook mo, for example, na all about you, masabi ko, ay, medyo ano siya, no? Medyo self-centered siya, no? Bakit parang about himself lang or herself lang? Well, ma'am, akin man yun na page. Oo nga, but you do have, you have the space to share other information that are useful maybe or kanang creative and things like that. So hindi siya dapat yung social media account nyo kasi, because you're opening it to the public, you are also opening yourself to the scrutiny of other people. So whatever you post on social media, you have to make sure that these are things that cannot or that will not allow other people to discriminate you. Okay, so be careful with what you post online. Kaya sinasabi nila na think before you click. Okay? So those are actually, those are the social media etiquette that we have to observe. Now, just be very careful, be very cautious when it comes to posting. And if you can, try to share information that are actually, kanaganing na maka-benefit pod. Dili kay puro lang na memo. Ma'am, puro man memes akong gina-share, ma'am. O lagi, so what does that what does that tell other people about you? No? So if you, for example naman, yung memes na sinashare niyo, yung mga medyo bright, I guess that's okay. But you put a variety of information in your social media kasi pwede talaga yan nila tingnan yung account ninyo. And I experienced this once na I applied for a job. Hindi ko lang sabihin kung ano yun. Basta I applied for this job and they actually asked for my Facebook account during the interview. So I had to give them my Facebook account. And the moment that I left the interview, nagdali-dali ko kanang limpyo sa akong social media account. Kaya ay mga posts dito. I mean, it's not really that bad. Pero may mga posts dito nga medyo kanang childish. Gani kang mga posts. Gipang tanggal na ko to siya. Kaya lahat din kita na ang Facebook account na ako. So that's really possible. Okay? So hopefully, na-gets to ninyo, no? And this is not to say that you're not allowed to express your opinions on your social media accounts. It's totally fine because at the end of the day, it is your page. But yun nga, take into consideration that other people have access to your social media account. So be careful of with what you post. Okay, so on that note, we also have no has we have our official marketing channels. We are quite active on social media, so we do have accounts on Facebook, on Instagram, Twitter, and currently we are live on YouTube, and we also have on WhatsApp and online as well. We have those accounts. So if ever you would like to interact or you would like to get more information, especially from our office, I'm actually under the External Relations and International Affairs Office right now. So if you have, like, for example, questions in terms of recruitment or gusto nyo magpatulong when it comes to preparing your resume or gusto nyo maghingi ng tips in terms of job interviews, you can come and visit our well, hindi nyo pa ma-visit kasi na-close pa siya, no? But you can always ask for help from our office, and we are always very open to assisting our students, especially our alumni, no? And making sure that they land a job that they would like to stay in for a good period of their time. Okay, so if you do have extra time, please follow us on our social media accounts. And on that note, that will be the end of my talk this afternoon. I hope you were all able to learn something useful, no, for your future careers. And thank you so much, everybody. Sir Benj.
Right, thank you so much, Ma'am Kate, no, for those information with regards to the pre-employment requirements. So our floor is now open for questions from our audience with regards to the talk, no, of Ma'am Kate. If you have queries or clarification to how to ace an interview, no, what are the things that you have to put on your cover letter and resume, and also social media etiquette. Do we have questions from our audience, from our senior high school?
Yun na. Dito na malalaman kung may nakinig ba kanina.
Right. Yeah. All right. So I think they have no question, Ma'am Kate. No? And so we
Okay.
thank you for your time, for giving us the time, no? And of course, telling us those information about pre-employment requirements. Thank you, Ma'am Kate. All right, so we request our students to join with us also with our online game. All right, this is a in connection to the discussion of Ma'am Kate on pre-employment requirements, and of course we will give you prize once you will be the winner of this Menti quiz. So please go to menti.com and then you use the code 2551 2520, and then afterwards you write your full name so that we could recognize you later that you are the winner of our game. All right, so may we request our students, our senior high school students, to go to menti.com. Right? So we're waiting for the players to join. And of course, once you become the winner, you'll be given 100 peso load. All right. So sayang din yung 100 pesos. Please join with us now. We're waiting for players. Ayan. Okay. Sige, more pa, more. So students who are also in our YouTube channel, please join with us. Go to menti.com. And then also, you use the code 2551 2520. Ayan. Sige pa, go. More students pa. Come on. So we're waiting for like siguro 10 players. Join with us. Come on guys, join. Dali. Wala, dalawa lang magsali. Ayun. Go, go, go. Sayang din ang 100 pesos na load. Pang ano din yan, for data. And then siguro you can have your leisure time, mga game. Sige, dali, join pa. Ayun. Okay, one more. Ayan, sige pa. Okay. Yun. So I think we can start our game and enter. All right. So answer fast to get more points. Here's the first question. How long is the ideal resume should be? How long the ideal resume should be? 1 to 2 pages, 4 to 5 pages, or it depends on the job you're applying. All right. So most of you says it's 1 to 2 pages and you got the correct answer. And let's see who's on the leaderboard. Sino yung top 1 natin? And it's Homer. All right. So dalawa sila actually. So si Homer at saka si Christian. All right, let's have another question. So others can still join ha. Answer fast to get more points. Pwede kayo pa kayong humabol. The objective of the resume is for the applicant to get hired. Look at your phone. Is this true or false? The objective of the resume is for the applicant to get hired. True or false? 3, 2, 1, and time's up. Everyone has voted. Most of you says it's true, but the correct answer is false. The objective of the resume is for the applicant to get an interview. Ayun, yun yung purpose. Okay, let's see who's on the leaderboard. Sino yung tong nakatama? Siya lang yung tamang answer. And it's Athena. All right. So basically, it will be Athena, who's on the top right now of our leaderboard. Let's have another question. 3 of 5. Answer fast to get more points. Kaya pa yan? Here's another question. In the hiring process, the best applicant gets the job. Is this true or false? 15 seconds to answer. You still have 10 seconds. All right. 6, 5, 4. Everyone has voted. All right. The correct answer is false. Only one got the correct answer because the best interview gets the job. Ayan. Okay, the correct and the person who's on the leaderboard is, all right, kanina si Athena, and right now it's Heart. All right. Okay, second na si Athena. So you still have 2 questions, guys. Go, go, Athena. All right, 4 of 5. Answer fast to get more points. Here's the question. Which of the following should not be in a resume? Look at your phone and click your answer. Contact number, education, height, and religion. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone has voted and you got all the correct answer. Height and religion. All right, let's see if it is still heart on our leaderboard. All right, so I think meron na namang bago. And still, I know, still it's heart. Though Nicole, no, is the fastest, still heart is yung top one natin. All right, we still have second to the last, last question. All right, answer fast to get more points. During the interview, an applicant should not ask any question to the interviewer. Is this true or false? 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everyone has voted, and the correct answer is false. So before leaving the interview, you should ask question. All right. Let's see if it's heart, no, yung winner natin. All right. So our winner is, all right, congratulations, Athena. It's Athena. All right, congratulations, Athena. So please type in your number so that I can give you, your load. All right. So congratulations. We still have another round of menti.com later. So please prepare. And still you can invite your friends who are willing not to join our webinar this afternoon. And let us continue with our session this afternoon. After the pre-employment requirements, let's go to the next two topics that we've invited professors from the College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education. I believe most of you who are here in our immersion webinar would like to pursue the architecture profession. So let's find out what are those careers in architecture profession through the discussion of one of the instructors or faculty in the College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education, Architect Lynette Luvitos Anggong. And also, after ma'am, we would also know fine arts and design best practices, and that would also be discussed to us one of the faculty of the Bachelor of Fine Arts and Design in the College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education, and that's Professor Giselle Namalata. A virtual round of applause for everyone. Ma'am.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon. Ikaro ako ang camera. Anyway, can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you po.
Okay, so let me share my screen first. Yun. And then let me... Oops. Ayan. And also, can you see my screen? And then let me share my sound. Okay. So good afternoon, everyone. So I hope everyone is still have the energy to listen to my discussion about architecture, no? Kasi parang 1 hour is too long, no, for your attention. And I hope you still have the energy to listen. Anyway, so good afternoon, everyone. I am Architect Lynette Luvitos Anggong. I am one of the faculty member dito sa UM under sa College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education Department. By the way, guys, I am so excited to share that when I am also in your stage, no, after finishing high school, same as you, or kahit hindi pa nga ako nagtapos ng high school, marami na nagtatanong if what I am going to pursue no sa college, or if gusto kong mag-pursue ng college, ano ang mga kurso ko gusto kong kunin, or what are the career path would I like to take. By that time, I am trying to visualize myself already and trying to discover the career path that truly satisfies me. So, in my experience, guys, we have, anong tawag nito, yung mga career assessment, no? In my time, and then this career assessment during my high school days really done a great part and incredibly became useful tools in discovering my path. What I did after taking the test, I listed the top 3 skills with highest scores that also matches my interest. Yung top 3 are being artistic, realistic, at saka yung conventional. So among the 3 choices, yung being artistic is the skill that I am very much determined to develop. I don't know if you have also the same assessment like this, no? I think yun na yun yung mga STEM, no? Yung mga strand natin. So kung saan ka gusto or yung saan mo feel, no? I-pursue na mga skills mo. Now, actually, hindi ko na talaga masyadong na-remember. Basta, isa sa natandaan ko, marami mga options na courses under sa artistic. And ang pinaka nagka-interest talaga ako is itong architecture. So, since I have given the opportunity to take college, so pinurso ko na. And then by God's grace, I graduated from college here sa University of Mindanao, where I am also teaching. And then, I became a licensed architect way back year 2015. Okay, so anyway, why I am sharing all about this? Kasi since you are about to finish high school, I believe that to all of you who are here, no, present in today's webinar, you also have that dream you wanted to pursue. And since present nga kayo ngayon dito sa Immersion, particularly sa schedule ng College of Architecture and Fine Arts, maybe isa sa mga gusto niyong tahakin na career is to become an architect in the future. So one of the choices na you wanted to take is by becoming an architect. Tapos, you wanted also to learn and have more ideas about what this Bachelor of Science in Architecture program will offer, and what are the skills that can be developed while taking the program, and what are the job opportunities after taking the program. Of course, yan yung talaga yung gina-look forward natin, no? Kung anong trabaho ang gusto natin or maibigay o ma-serve ng after finishing the program. And if this is the right career for us. So yan lahat ang pag-uusapan natin ngayon. Okay? To start with, have you ever wondered kung paano yung mga skyscrapers, buildings are made? Or did you ever come across a beautiful house and then you wish na sana makapagpatayo din ako ng ganyan in the future, gusto ko ganyang bahay, yung ganyan kaganda yung bahay, and then or have you ever fascinated by how the world's famous structure, no, were designed and able to last for centuries, yung matagal na masyado but still they are standing tall and and very amazingly, designed. So if you are really that amazed and then curious, then architecture will be the answer. So ano ba si architecture? So let me give you a brief definition ng architecture, no? So si architecture, guys, is the art or practice of designing at the same time constructing buildings. So in short, architecture is all about buildings. Okay? So ayan. Let me show you this example. No? Kita nyo ba tong sample na ito? I had here the famous Eiffel Tower. This is in Paris. And then we have also here St. Basil's Cathedral in Moscow, Russia. uh, the colorful building on your screen. And then I have here an example of the Marina Bay Sands in Singapore. Tapos, meron din tayo dito, the most spectacular architectural design, the Gardens by the Bay, again in Singapore. Tapos, we have one of the examples of the most iconic structure, no, in the Philippines, the Philippine Arena. And then we have also the historic building in Manila, the main building of University of Santo Tomas. And then the last one is the tallest building in the world. This is the Burj of Khalifa skyscraper in Dubai. Okay, so actually marami pang mga magaganda and famous building all around the world, no? Not only the one that I had presented. Okay, bakit ko ito pinakita sa inyo? Because buildings are fundamental part of human experience, no? Parang nakaparte na yan siya sa atin. We live there, worship, tapos we seek care and spend our leisure time inside the structure. And every time we get inside the building, we usually evaluate them according to how effectively they serve their specific purposes. Nagagandahan tayo, komportable, tapos we feel safe inside the building. And did you know that in every case, the fabulous, yung fantastic, yung amazing building design, or behind all those spectacular architectural designs is the work of essential craftspeople? Sino-sino ba itong mga people na ito? And yes, they are called architects. Okay? So, what is now an architect? So, si architect, guys, sila yung skilled professional, no? Who plans and design buildings. Yun talaga ang pinaka-core, no, na trabaho ni architect. Aside from that, they are also generally play a key role in the construction. Of course, they are the head of the construction. So si architect dapat highly trained, no, in the art of science in building design and must be professionally licensed since they bear the responsibility for the safety of their building occupants. Nakasalalay po talaga sa kanila ang safety ng occupants ng mga sa building. Okay? Tapos, since nga nakasalalay sa kanila ang responsibility, that's why they should be highly trained at saka professionally licensed. Now, since nga na-mention ko kanina sa introduction na andito nga kayo kasi there is an interest in you na maybe gusto nyong tahakin na career is to become an architect. So the next question is, paano ba maging architect, no? Now, let me share to you the ladder. Okay, the ladder of the career path in becoming an architect. So ito po ang steps, no, in becoming architect. So makikita nyo dito sa screen nyo na parang ang dami naman pala para maging arkitekto ka or maging isang ganap na arkitekto ka. But we can take that one slowly. Wala naman talagang madalian na process. So we need to take the steps in order for us to reach our goal. Yun din ang goal natin. At saka yung goal namin in providing programs for those who are interested to pursue the career in becoming an architect. So ito yun siya. So see that red word at the bottom part. Andyan po kayo ngayon, no, mga freshmen. So let's say you had now the concrete goal of becoming an architect. So parang gusto ko na talaga maging architect. Or if not, let me try. May mga interest ako na that is really belong to about architecture. So let me try to take the spot. Now, ito yung ladder. So number one, you need to earn a degree, no? Through a five-year Bachelor of Science in Architecture. So, you need to earn the 5-year Bachelor of Science in Architecture. Yes po, tama ang narinig nyo. 5 years po yung architecture. Okay? So there are this program offered by different schools. I mean, there are a lot of schools offering this program, and one of those schools is dito sa University of Mindanao. Now, secondly is you need to complete the 2 years experience, or ito yung tinatawag natin na internship, no? Okay, this will be also discussed later. Kasi nga, 5 years, after 5 years, you have 2 years experience. And then the third one is, after completing the program, matapos niyo ang 5-year course, or the program, and then 2 years na apprenticeship or the internship, you need also to take and pass the LEA. Ano ba si LEA? Si LEA is the licensure exam for architects. Okay, for you to become a registered architect, you need to finish all this sequence, no? Sequence ng mga requirements para maging architect ka. And then lastly, after passing the board exam, you get already your license, then you can now practice your profession. Pwede na. And then for your professional growth and development, pwede mo nang i-practice ang pagiging arkitekto mo. Okay? So, don't worry guys ha, baka na-overwhelm kayo sa information na, ay, ang haba naman, parang ang tagal naman matapos, okay? Deciding to become an architect is also a wise career. Tama naman, no? It's exciting, no? It pays well, lalo na kapag interested talaga kayo. You will make a significant and lasting contribution to how societies are shaped. Diba? Nakaka-proud that one day maging isa kang magiting na arkitekto sa inyong lugar. No? Lalong-lalo na if your area are still developing. So, and then you contributed on that development. So, nakaka-proud po. And, hindi naman talaga lahat, no? It is not everybody has what it takes to fulfill this complex, technical, and multifaceted role. Kasi maraming abilities ang kailangan para magampanan ang pagiging arkitekto, no? Number one is we need to be technical, no? And also multifaceted. Sa totoo lang po, it really takes unique mix of skills, no, to be suitable for the career in architecture. Pero if you have this concrete goal to become an architect, you need to be highly trained and become professionally licensed. So you do not have to worry because dito sa UM, especially sa CAFAE, we are very much open to help you, no, to take your first step. Mag-start tayo sa first step, and then we, the teachers of the University of Mindanao sa College of Architecture, we are really open to help you in taking your first step to pursue your career. Okay? So, no need to worry. Dahan-dahan lang, no? In fact, University of Mindanao offers Bachelor of Science in Architecture program since 1970 pa po, no? Parang we are already established since 1970 pa. Okay, to give you more a little background, okay, this is the University of Mindanao College of Architecture and Fine Arts. Ito yung building natin. Actually, we are located on the 4th floor, and on the upper left side of your screen, this is the lecture room, and then on the upper right, and then on the upper left is our computer lab, and then on the lower left is the studio laboratories for drafting, and then the lower right, this is the building. Now, so a little background lang or history ng College of Architecture and Fine Arts. Okay, 1970 pa po nagkaroon or offered ng BS Architecture. So this is, University of Mindanao is the first school offering Bachelor of Science in Architecture. And then 1990 up to present po, si Architect Iluminado Quinto is our dean, no? Actually, just let me give you a little background of our dean. So our dean is top 1 po yan siya sa licensure exam for architects year 1987. He graduated Bachelor of Science in Architecture sa University of the Santo Tomas. And then he also got postgraduate diploma in land management and informal settlement regularization 2007 at Erasmus University. And then he also got diploma in urban regional planning sa University of the Philippines, Diliman. Tapos, you also got Masters in Urban Regional Planning 2005, University of Philippines dito sa Mindanao. Tapos, now, ongoing po ang kanyang Doctors of Philosophy and Management. So, sa Dean pa lang po, di na po tayo basta-basta. Okay, so 1995, may college na ang architecture. In 1997, we are recognized as one of the best top performing school in the Philippines. And then 2000, we reached 1,000 enrollees. And then 2003, again, we are recognized as one of the top performing school in the Philippines for the second time around. And then 2005, we have our first top-notcher, 7th place po siya sa LEA. And then 2010, College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education was born and given level 2 accreditation. And then 2012, the university was ISO certified. 2015, 2019, this is the consecutive years that we have 9 LEA top-notchers. Actually, hindi pa kasali yung 2020. Oh no, 2019, tama na. 9 LEA top-notchers. And then we have sa 2019 Bachelor of Fine Arts Painting Level 1 visit. So yun po, a little background po ng CAFAE, no? So sa history po, masasabi mong established na po talaga ang aming college. So therefore, if you wanted to be part of the history, then you can take your first step dito sa UM. Okay? Now, let's move forward. Okay, what to expect in UMBS architecture? No, so again, there are a lot of schools offering this program, pero ano ba ang i-expect natin dito sa UM if you take the Bachelor of Science in Architecture dito sa UM? Now, under this program, the students or you will be trained about different aspects of architecture, such as drawing, design, principle of construction, visual perception, and a lot more. So we are really focusing on training the students about different aspects of the architecture. Yun talaga ang goal namin. Para magkaroon din kayo ng mga idea, no? Ano ang mangyayari within 5 years, kasi 5 years masyadong mahaba, no? But these years will really consume in training you all, no? So sa different aspects of architecture. So, okay. Now, I would like to present to you some technical courses. You know, when we say courses, this is it is meant by subjects. No, under this program, yung architecture. And together with the courses, I also included some examples, no, samples output ng mga students namin. For you to have an idea, ano na ba ang mga output ng mga students namin on this year, on the second year, on the third year. At least, no, makita nyo na may mga progress, may mga learning talaga ang na-inculcate or ang naturo namin sa mga estudyante. Now, let me share, okay, on your first year, ito yung mga subjects niya, and then here are some example outputs. Okay, so sa graphics, so marunong na po ang students natin gumawa ng isometric at saka yung mga orthographic views, no? Like front view, left view, right view, rear view. So makikita nyo dito, medyo maganda na po ang handwritten and line weights. Marunong nang gumamit ng line weights si student. At saka maganda na ang kanyang presentation sa drawing. Okay, another example. Ayan. Ayan. Next one is the visual, no? Visual tech one. So ito is freehand siya na still life. So in different media in black and white. So makikita nyo din dito sa first year pa lang, marunong na din si student mag shadows, shades and shadows at mag-control ng kanyang hands in playing the rendering, no, through black and white. Ayan, this is pen and ink. Kanina, this one is pencil. Another example, and then another example. This is the City Hall of Davao. Tapos, graphics 2, on the same year, the students already know how to draw perspectives. Ayan. Yan. Actually, this is their online submissions na mga plates. So still, we conducted drawings even online. Yan, perspectives. And then this one is Visual Tech 2, colors. So dito naman sa color, they already know how to study the color psychology. They know how already to use the color in rendering techniques, no, in mixing applications. Yan, complementary colors. This one, another example, monochromatic. Ayan. And then design one, we have, this is the basic planning, no? Actually, this one is a residential building. So, marunong na din silang gumawa ng basic na bahay, ng floor plan, elevation, sections, and perspectives. Basic lang, no? Bahay, 1 story, 2 story. Ayan. So, makikita nyo, parang they already know how to present their drawings. No? Malinis, maganda, at saka presentable. Roof plan, elevation, sections. Another example is the design 2. So this is a restaurant. Yan. So makikita nyo rendered na din kasi kasabay dito yung color, how to use color. Elevation, front view, elevations, left and right. Tapos, another example, sectioning. And then the perspective. So, ma-observe nyo po, halos manual, no? Manually drawn po. Talaga ang mga first years natin. At saka second year. So, I think on the middle of the third year na tayo magkaroon ng mga digital. And then this one is design 3. So dito naman is matrix. The students will learn how to value the programming, orientation, yung mga relationship na mga spaces kasi we also study that one. Dili magunta magpataka lang taog design, no? Kung asa lang ato mga kitchen, living, dining. We also study the parameters of the users at saka yung mga relationship na mga spaces. Again. So, dili ta puro drawing lang, no? We also analyze the spaces and its usage at saka yung mga wants ng clients natin. So, on your second year, here are the subjects at saka yung mga examples. So, Visual Tech 3, this is a combination or mixed media presentation. Sa mixed media presentation, different medias i-combine na natin. You can use the pen and ink, the black and white, colored pencil, and watercolor. So others, they already use mga alcohol markers. And then we also taught them about photography kasi isa din ito, no? Importante din ito. And then miniature making. So these are mga scaled model, no? Aside from presenting the drawings into 2D, mas maganda din naman talaga na may result tayo na mga naka-3D. Mas ma-emphasize natin ang presentation niya all sa buong exterior. And then, yan. And then another example for visual tech, this is burnishing technique ng colored pencil. And then combinations of mixed media. Another example for miniature making. This is a 2-story na mini house. Ayan. Ayun. And then next is itong design 3. This is a school design, elementary at saka secondary school. So ito yung examples. Perspective, interior perspective, and then the top view, no, or the site development plan, another interior perspective, and then this one is the aerial, no, the whole campus view ng school. And then they have the design 4. Okay, this is a plate or a problem in relation to the COVID-19. So, nagpagawa ako ng mga diagnostic at saka isolation center sa kanila. And here are their outputs, example outputs. So, napakaganda ng isolation center. Yan. So may design concept ba sila? Paano nila nagawa or paano nila i-design itong isolation nila? Saan ito na-inspired? Then floor plan, interior perspective, tapos interior, again interior. For this is I think the isolation bedroom. And then the exterior perspective, how the building looks like outside, no? And then this is the progressive type or the process or how they make the plate. Again, it's online. So possible po talaga no gumawa ng mga plates kahit online. And then we have design 5. Design 5, this is a 2-story residential house. Okay, this one, may trivia lang ako kasi year 2019, we also experienced a lot of consecutive earthquakes, no? So now, I also asked them to design a house that is resilient to earthquake, no? Para kasi nga there are a lot of damages happen talaga, no? Yung mga iba nga I can say that they are really invested to build their houses, no? Their beautiful houses, but again, in just a second of earthquake, na fall out, na nagiba, tapos it's really depressing. So I asked them to design a house that is resilient to earthquake, and this is their outputs. Ayan. So this one, aside from this is aesthetically beautiful, it is also very resilient kasi nga they studied what are the materials that are resistant to earthquakes or mga movements, no? So they came up with an idea of a combination of materials using Bahay Kobo, which stands for container vans, that is very anong tawag nito? Firm, no? Very firm. And then Bo stands for bamboo. When we say bamboo naman, it's a material that is so flexible, no, in terms of movement. Kasi nga it will just follow the sway of the wind, or kahit nga wind, no, hindi kaya makapatumba sa kanya. Or so somewhat the same concept with the earthquake. So a combination of container van and a bamboo. So ito yung perspective niya. Maganda pa rin, no, kahit na innovative yung designs. So basically, that's our goal kasi mga architects. We have the problem and we need to address the problem. So we need to have an innovations for us to address the problem. And then we have the architectural interior. So aside from studying how to make the building beautiful outside, we need also to study the different aspects of the interior. Kasi nga, ang goal natin is to achieve the client satisfaction and comfortability when using the building inside or inside the building. Aside from it looks very beautiful outside, the experience inside is also needs to be considered. Ayan. And then we also taught them how to design or to choose mga lighting fixtures, ceiling furniture, ceiling materials or ceiling finishes, furnitures, flooring finishes. And so here are the outputs, interior. Ayan. Okay, aside from that, we have also this course na plumbing and sanitary kasi nga aside from giving the building beautifully look outside and inside, we need also to study its mga interior systems, no, mga kung sa body parts pa, kung wapa ka tan-awon sa gawas physically, you need also to study kung okay lang ba ang imuhang sulod organs, no, kung okay pa ba, functioning pa ba, para maging functionable po ang imuhang building. Kasi nga if gwapo imuhang building sa gawas, but the system inside, for example, yung mga CR, plumbing, piping, mga electrical, di siya functionable, useless, no? Pangit gihapon ang experience nimo sa sulod or sa system mismo. So, murag nagwapa ka ta sa gawas, pero sa sulod masakiton daay ta, ba again, useless gihapon. So, we taught them how to mga installation of pipes, no? Mga pipings in terms of mga CR, mga sinks or other parts of the building that needs to be functionable in terms of usage, no? So So, ayan, 5 blocks. This is an actual demo to install pipings. Okay. Sir, may I ask, may music ba, sir?
Yes, nga meron.
Okay, thank you. So maybe are you wondering, wala sir nakamask that time. Actually, that is done before the pandemic. Okay, let's move forward to the building technology. Okay, dito sa naman sa building technology, these are construction drawings, no? Aside from learning how to locate mga spaces or studying the relationship of the spaces, we also taught the students on how to produce construction drawings. Kasi nga, if you have the idea, no, before ta mag-construct of buildings, we have this ginatawag na to blueprints. And these blueprints are the construction drawings that are very useful in constructing buildings. Yun po ang ginagamit natin or yun po ang reference natin in constructing buildings. Dili ta pwede mag-construct na wala tayong ginagunitang plano. Okay, so these are the examples of plans that is used on the site, no? Ayan. So, kanya na po kagaling yung mga students natin. Okay, this one is on their second year. Okay, so on your third year, so we have this design 6. So makikita nyo dito, the very first example ng design 6 is naka-digital na po siya. So third year, okay, you already taught presenting your presentation or presenting your plates in digital. Okay, so this is a resort. I think this is located in Samal. Yan po. Okay. And then, since nga, naka-digital na yung presentation, on the same year, you have also courses about computer-aided design. So, tuturuan na kayo mag-AutoCAD. Ayan, no, how to produce construction drawings using AutoCAD. And then also rendering, 3D modeling, no, SketchUp. Okay, another example of design using the digital presentation or renderings. Ayan. I think this is a park. Napakaganda po ng park. Ayan, again, this is also a computer-aided design. Dito marunong din sila gumawa ng mga model, no? Model using SketchUp. So, yan. Ito, trabaho na po talaga ito ng students. Another example. So, this is the raw file na wala pang render, no? Ginagawa pa lang siya. And then, this is the output na naka-render na. So, this is very realistic to look na, no? Tapos, this one is yung park kanina. So, raw file pa lang ito, gimodel, and then yung kanina is naka-rendered na. Okay, another one, it's already 4th year na pala. So, on your 4th year, dito is level up, no? Level up na ng lahat ng designs, lahat ng mga courses natin. So, let me just give you an example output of design 8. This is a complex. I think this is a complex, no? Multi-story na complex.
hold the door. Please come in and just sit here for a while. This is my way of telling you I need you in my life. It's so cold without your touch. I've been dreaming way too much. Can we just turn this into reality? 'Cause I've been thinking about you lately. Maybe you could save me from this crazy world we live in. And I know we could happen, 'cause you know that I've been feeling you. I've been thinking about you lately. Maybe you could save me from this crazy world we live in. And I know we could happen, 'cause you know that I've been feeling you. I've been thinking about you lately. Maybe you could save me from this crazy world we live in. And I know we could happen, 'cause you know that I've been feeling you. I know you want me, I've been thinking about you lately. And maybe you could save me from this crazy world we live in. And I know we could happen, 'cause you know that I've been feeling you. I know you want me to. I know you want me to. Oh, oh, oh. Ba-ba-da, ba-ba-da.
Yan. So very beautiful. Amazing, right? Okay, let's move forward on your 5th year. Okay, so 5th year, guys, we had here the year of thesis research applications. So it is quite different, no, sa architecture, kasi normally ang thesis po sa mga different department or colleges, it is done by group at saka isang thesis writing lang siya, no? But on the side naman sa architecture, it is quite different kasi sa thesis natin, we have 2 parts, no? Sa thesis natin. One is the thesis writing. So yun po yung mga ginagawa na books natin, no? Na research. And then we publish that one. Tapos, it's all about writing thesis. On the second part is the thesis applications, no? Sa thesis application naman, sa second part, it is the reproductions of, ano tawag nito? Sa writing, application na siya. From the writing to presentations of the thesis, no? Applications ng thesis. So, if your thesis, like for example, if your thesis is how to revitalize yung mga nababahaan na area, so, the first part ninyo is just do that one in writings. The second part is dapat may mga presentation at saka models na kayo nito kung paano mag-solve yung problem na yun. So yun po ang thesis sa architecture. Dalawa siya ka-part. Okay? And then, so let me give you an example of the output, no, applications na ng student namin ng research. By the way lang, this is a trivia. So this thesis done by our student, nanalo po yan siya sa Art Asia, no, na national international competition wherein the student will showcase their graduation thesis, at saka sa TEM 20. Okay, sa TEM 20, wait lang, sa Art Asia is top 1 siya. Art Asia top 1 siya sa national. And then sa Team 20 naman, he received a top 10 popularity award. So, di ba, amazing? So, let me show you his output kung bakit ba ito nanalo na thesis. Okay. Actually, this is development, no, for the students. Ayan. Okay, so actually this is a student's accommodation, no? Parang I think maganahan man siguro mag-eskwela ani ko ingani kang gwapo ang student's accommodation. But I'm not quite sure about the price. Baka naman masyadong mahal, no, for that very beautiful accommodation. Okay, add-on din, meron din tayong nanalo, no, sa AIDA competition. Actually, hindi ko lang siya nasali dito ang kanyang thesis. Gold medal ang kanyang napanalunan sa AIDA competitions. So, yun po lahat ang a little pasilip, no? Or, sorry. Okay, yan po lahat ang courses and also somewhat ay ang output ng mga students namin. And it is somewhat pasilip, no, of what will happen sa 5 years nyo and taking Bachelor of Science in Architecture dito sa UM. And siguro, na-observe nyo naman na based sa mga output ng students namin, they are really trained already and learning develop their skills thoroughly. Tapos, hindi lang iyon, we really make sure na every time matapos ng students yung mga courses na the students will be able to attain, no, or themselves, able to attain themselves the program outcomes, no, the goal wherein pagkatapos nyong graduate, the students are expected to have all these qualities. Ito naka-present sa screen niyo, no? So lahat yan ng mga qualities, ayoko na siyang i-discuss kasi masyadong mahaba na. Anyway, pinaka-goal lang talaga is after you graduated from the course na or from the program Bachelor of Science in Architecture, you can have all these qualities, no? Maka-demonstrate na kayo ng mga technical professional and technical practice of architecture, may ability na kayo to effectively work in multidisciplinary, tapos you can now create architectural solution by applying mga new knowledge. Yun po, ito lahat ang mga goal talaga namin after you graduated. Tapos, hindi lang din magtapos doon or dito sa after kayo makagraduate. Also, we also aim na 3 to 5 years, no? 3 to 5 years after graduation, after you graduated, ito din na mga qualities, no, ang gina-expect ng University of Mindanao. Okay? You can gain recognition in the practice, no? You can pursue your professional development wherein you can already practice your profession. Talagang gina-aim na mo na siya na dili lang mo graduate. You will also pass and get your license afterwards. Tapos, Therefore, sa UM, we are very much confident talaga na after matapos ni student ang BS Architecture, you are already ready, knowledgeable, and very much equipped to take the second step. No? So second step pa lang na ita. So first step pa lang to ato ang na-discuss kaganina in becoming an architect. So right after makagraduate mo, so kami ng mga teachers or the university is confident namin, no, that you are now ready to take the second step in becoming an architect. Okay? So ready na ba talaga si student na mag-face sa reality? Kasi nga sa school, basically or commonly, we are learning the theories, no? Pero right after learning the theories and the principles, you need to take the second step of becoming an architect, and this is the 2 years internship. So matapos yung 5 years na program, step 2 na po tayo, 2 years internship. So dito sa 2 years internship, this is a reality na, no? The students need to face the reality about the practice. Okay. Now, again, after finishing the program, of course, hindi pa tapos yung laban natin. We will proceed to the second step in becoming an architect, at ito yung 2 years internship. Okay, so ano ba si 2 years internship? Si 2 years internship, this is like on-the-job training. Ayan. After niyo makagraduate, you look for a company. Hindi si school yung maghanap ng company. Kayo po ang maghanap ng company or mga architectural firm. And you will choose your mentor. Kayo din po ang maghanap ng mentor, which you might think na makatulong sa inyo at makapagbigay ng magandang experience. Okay? This internship can be more intense, no? And learning-oriented kasi it involves practical experience in the field. So hindi katulad nung nasa school pa tayo that we focus on the academic trainings, no? And it also allows more hands-on training. So as an architect's intern, may mga trabaho din tayo. So we have also a lot of responsibility. To mention some of the responsibilities, ayan. So pag maging intern na kayo or maging apprentice na kayo, so number 1 is you will provide technical and administrative support to the senior architect. So, or group of architects. Kasali sa responsibility mo yung mga drafting ng architectural plans by hand or by using specialized architectural rendering and design software such as yung mga AutoCAD, SketchUp, Photoshop. Ito hindi masyadong bago, no? Because we had a lot of experience of this during college days, lalong-lalo na if you enrolled dito sa UM. So marami tayo, a lot of trainings na nangyari natin during sa college days natin. So dili kayo ta makuyawan, no? Kung mag-intern na ta, pabuhaton ta og drawing, pa-drafting on tali na kayo ta makuyawan. Also, you will learn how to pull public records and studying mga building regulations. So sa college days natin, we studied about the building regulations and mga public records. Now, sa internship, we will apply those mga na-studyhan nato. Other duties, you are asked to do the site visit or building sites, no? You take the measurement, checking construction against architectural specifications, i-check natin if nasunod ba yung plano as per actual. So therefore, this stage talaga, expose po tayo sa real industry. Okay? If mag-ask kayo, ganito ba lahat na ma-acquire na experience ng isang intern? Kasi if nurse, di ba, halos pares-parehas din yung mga practice nila or mga experiences nila. Pero if mag-ask kayo, if ganito ba lahat, no, yung mga intern natin, depende po yan siya sa company na training the intern. But the goal remains the same, of course. Maging diversified po yung intern, no, after 2 years. Tapos pahabol lang din, by the way, you will also earn salary. May salary po ang internship. So dili kayo lugi, no? Kasi baka mag-isip kayo na, ay, ma-internship pa, 5 years na, ma-internship pa. okay lang yun kasi sa internship may salary din naman. But if you ask how much yung salary, it varies, no, from every firm you work for. Depende po siya sa company at saka sa mentor niyo, depende po yung sahod. Okay, bakit ba kailangan ng internship at bakit ganito katagal, no? Yung 2 years, yung iba nga 6 months lang. Bakit sa architecture 2 years? Okay, let me explain bakit. If you really have this concrete goal, no, to be an architect, so according to RA 9266, ayan, nandito po talaga yan sa regulations ng examination at saka registration ng licensure exam, especially sa architecture. Nasa RA 9266 po, nakalagay talaga na if yung student or anong tawag nito, applicant, no, wanted to have a license, no, after graduating the 5-year course, then the applicant should have at least 2 years or equivalent of diversified architectural experience. No, that is certified by registered or licensed architect. May black book po tayo niyan, no? Tapos pepermahan yan siya ng isang licensed architect na nagpatunay na ikaw ay nakatapos talaga ng 2 years experience. So requirement talaga siya na may i-representa kayo na record signed by the registered architect before kayo makapag-take ng exam. Hindi po tayo makapag-take ng exam if wala po yung logbook na yun. However, kunwari, right after nyo nakagraduate ng BS Architecture, hindi muna kayo mag-take ng licensure exam, no? Gusto nyo mag-proceed muna ng master's degree. Okay, now, you take your master's degree, you finish your master's degree, then after nyo matapos yung master's degree mo, gusto mo nang maging, or gusto mo nang kumuha ng licensure exam, 1 year na lang po yung kailangan yung experience or i-intern. Instead of 2 years, 1 year na lang. Kasi i-credit po yung 1 year nyo na master's degree. Okay? So, ayan. Kailangan talaga natin magkaroon ng 2 years bago makapag-take ng licensure exam. It is really part on the career path in becoming an architect. And mandatory po talaga siya. Yan po ang rason kung bakit may 2 years diversified experience po tayo. Okay, so let's move forward. Let's say nakapag-graduate na tayo ng BS Architecture and then na-complete na din natin yung 2 years diversified experience. Isang hakbang na lang po maging ganap na tayo arkitekto. Isang hakbang na lang, ma'am, na pagtaas naman kaayo. In a way, that's really the part of becoming an architect. Okay, this is the 3rd step in becoming an architect. You need to take at saka pass the ALE. No, it's no longer an ALE. It's already called LEA, the Licensure Exam for Architects. Okay, yan. So, yan po ang dito nakasulat ang mga courses, no, na during sa licensure exam natin. And another thing na napakaganda na opportunity dito sa UM, because mayroon din tayong tinatawag na competency appraisal. So ano ba si competency appraisal? These are courses, no? Kasali ito sa curriculum required by CHED na before makagraduate si students or si student, no? He or she needs to pass the competency appraisal. No? It is an appraisal which has an objective of preparing the students for the licensure exam. So, you need to take that one before kayo makagraduate. And you need also to pass yung competency appraisal. Ang napakaganda nito po is that kung ano yung mga courses or subjects na nandito sa licensure exam is the same po yun sa competency appraisal natin. So on your 5th year, before kayo makagraduate, you need to pass this ARC 501, ARC 502, ARC 503. So makikita nyo, itong tatlong cluster na ito is the same cluster na nandito sa licensure exam. Kasi nga yung goal namin is ma-prepare yung students para sa licensure exam kahit may 2 years experience pa. Iba talaga po yung refresher na lang, no? At saka makikita nyo din dito sa ipapakita ko na LEA performance or the licensure exam for architects sa University of Mindanao. The red one is the first time takers ng University of Mindanao. Makikita nyo, it's really above the national performance ng licensure exam. What does it mean? This means that maganda po ang performance ng University of Mindanao in terms of the passing rate ng licensure exam for architects. Okay, why is it maganda ang performance? Because of the competency appraisal. Kasi nga, since nagkaroon kami ng competency appraisal, it really significantly changed the university licensure exam performance. No? In fact, UM-LEA doing so much better. And marami po talaga kami nag-top because of this competency appraisal. So effective po talaga si competency appraisal. Now, so here are our top notchers from 2014 to 2019. So we have their names at saka yung placement nila. Okay, so we are already on the last part of our discussion, no, or information. So ito yung pinakahihintay din natin. What we are looking forward after we finish all those necessary requirements para maging ganap na arkitekto are the career opportunities. So we are really looking forward, ano ba ang mangyayari or ano ba ang mga offers na jobs, no, or mga opportunities after. So one, I have listed here mga opportunities. One of those is partners or associate with an architectural firm. So if kunwari guys, nag-intern kayo ng isang architectural firm, tapos right after na naging license na kayo, you can be a partner or associates, no? Pwede mo maging partner, depende po na sa inyo ang sabot. And then you can be also a lead architects. Pwede. You can be freelancers, no, consultant, or you can set up your own business. Na pwede ka mag-design or pwede ka mag-design build, no, na kay sariling business. This is very much relatable to those or very big opportunities for those na mga companies na, no, that established from their parents. Kunwari, ang kanilang mamagpapa na company or business na design build. So ikaw na lang is to continue the legacy or to continue the business. So medyo ano siya, kaning opportunity wise siya sa imuhang na part. Now, you can also work overseas. There are a lot of countries that needed mga licensed architects, no? Especially yung mga countries that they are really booming of the kanang building developments. Then you can also be a junior or senior architect in the governments. Daghan po, no? Na nangailangan sa mga government na mga architects, especially again for the countries or mga areas, no? Especially sa Philippines na nagaboom po ang ilahang development. Lalong-lalo na kato sa panahon ni our President Rodrigo Duterte. Ang kanya talagang one of the goal is to build. So makikita nyo maraming mga developments of buildings, constructions happen, no? Especially diri sa Davao, daghan. So mas daghan og opportunities na job. And then you can also have a design build architect. So the same thing with setting up your business. Then pwede po ka mag-corporate architect. You can also be a design architect. And then you can be also a architect in academy, just like me. No? I'm teaching at the same time. I'm also freelancer. So nagtuturo sa mga inspiring architects din. At the same time, I'm also doing some of mga projects outside. So daghan kaayo career opportunities waiting for you ahead. Okay? So I hope yun na, no? Yan. This is the College of Architecture and Fine Arts faculties. So this is how close we are kung wala pa yung pandemic. Pero karon na, ano na niya siya, naka-socialize distancing or social distancing namin. Pero wala naman ang social distancing. Anyway, so ito ang mga makikita niyo na professor if you wish to enroll the University of Mindanao. Okay, so andito na po tayo sa end part. So I guess I will end here my discussion. Thank you so much for sparing your time with me. I hope medyo klaro sa inyo, no? Na kung anong career path na ang gusto ninyong itahak. Before I will end this presentation of mine, let me present to you a last video. This is about College of Architecture, Kafae Week. Now, this video is about the life of UM Kafae. Hindi lang po puro tayo academic, we also have mga extracurricular activities. So let me play the video.
It's cold out, take my coat now. I wore it just for you. Ooh, ooh. I feel you in my bones now. Feel you through and through. Ooh, ooh. It might get hard when we're growing older, but I'll be here and I'll be your shoulder. I can see it now. I can see it now. And oh my God, oh, never changes. I spend my life trying to recreate this. I don't know how. No, I don't know how. It's me and you. True feeling. It's a true feeling. It's me and you. True feeling. It's a true feeling. Go wild, let your hair down. What you got to lose? Ooh, ooh. We both need fixing. They can't fix what's true. Ooh, ooh. Oh my God, it never changes. Spend my life trying to recreate this. I don't know how. No, I don't know how. It's me and you. True feeling. It's a true feeling. It's me and you. True feeling. It's a true feeling. I still remember the night in September. True feeling. True
Ayan, so thank you so much and I am excited to meet you all here sa University of Mindanao. Thank you.
All right, so thank you so much, ma'am. And so this time, let's proceed to the next topic that we're going to discuss, and that's the fine arts and design best practices. And ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Professor Giselle Namalata. Ma'am?
Hello, good afternoon everyone. Madinig na ako kasi na. Madinig naman po ako, di ba? Ayan, me and my Ma'am Lynette, we're in the same department. Sa amin, kakastart lang ng department. We're in 12 years now in counting. And in that 12 years, where we are growing. The course is growing already. So let me share my screen. So, makita na yung screen ko po. Okay. So, I will discuss Bachelor of Fine Arts and Design in University of Mindanao. So, by the way, I'm Giselle Namalata, a new faculty member of Bachelor of Fine Arts and Design. So, a little hint of the head and dean of the Fine Arts program. So, we have Camilo Kibod, the program head of architecture. We have our dean, Iluminado Pinto, and our Fine Arts program head is our...
Excuse me, Ma'am Giselle. The presentation is not, wala siya naka-presenter.
Hindi siya nag-move, sir.
Wala po.
Tanan, sir.
Ayan, ma'am.
Okay. So, okay. So, again, ito po yung mga program heads and dean natin ng fine art and ng architecture and fine art. So, we have Camilo Kibod, the architecture program head of architecture, and we have Rogelito Cayas, the program head of fine arts, and program head is Iluminado Pinto. So, a little discussion with the brief history of B5, or Bachelor of Fine Arts and Design. So, we started in June 2010. So, the aim of the program is to provide the student with a curriculum that presents a scope of learning fine arts as an artistic discipline from the classical to contemporary period, with theoretical and technical approaches that guide art students to develop greater understanding and appreciation of the relevance of art, human, and history and contemporary world. To prepare our students also to pursue their artistic career, including in academia, and equip art students to job research work that demands collaborative and artistic skills. So that's our main goal in fine arts, especially in Mindanaoan art. We have a lot of stories to share to national or internationally to other artistic discipline. So, yeah. So I have a little video of the history of the fine arts. So let's go back. Share color. I-share ko na lang yung screen.
Yes,
In the
ma'am.
midst of rebuilding the ruins of world.
So, nadinig po.
Building the ruins of World War II, attorney Guillermo E. Torres established the University of Mindanao in 1946. He envisioned it as an institution that would provide the education for socially, morally, economically knowledgeable, productive, and responsible citizens of the country. He believed that education was for all. Today, under the leadership of attorney Torres' son, Willie, the University of Mindanao is the largest non-sectarian university in Mindanao, with more than 10 colleges and schools and campuses around southern Mindanao. Like his father, he believes in education for all. In 2010, the university's College of Architecture and Fine Arts Education started offering Bachelor of Fine Arts, major in painting courses, giving rise of a better appreciation for the arts in the region.
One of the key result areas would be about Mindanao culture and arts, specifically the preservation. And after several days of brainstorming, we found out that nothing has been done a lot about Mindanao culture and arts. So the president thought that it would be good if we offer this program. We expect that this program will impact the community and the society by first coming up with a sort of appreciation of the Mindanao culture and arts. And then through this program, we expect that we will be conducting a lot of research and other aspects that will contribute to this preservation and appreciation of Mindanaoan culture.
The program began with 6 students and at present holds the talents of 105 art students. UM's art program endeavors to continually mold young Mindanaoans, particularly Tabawenyo artists, through art education and in the process advance and popularize the Mindanao heritage.
So, ayun, a little description of the history. So, yung curriculum description of fine arts, as what I said, about, paano namin siya paano yung fine arts and design in our college is, kasi sa lahat pa ng school dito, 2 school only offered Bachelor of Fine Arts. So, isa tayo sa, here in Mindanao, we are one of the a school that we offer Bachelor of Fine Arts. So, sa UM, we only offered Bachelor of Fine Arts and Design, major in painting. But during the years upon entering you're entering this course, in 4 years you will experience all the skills and techniques, lesson that you need to be learned, not just in painting, but in different various skills that you need to be experienced, you need to experience and you need to be developed. So, hindi lang talaga painting, nandun na yung sculpting, nandun yung printing, printmaking, digital art, kasi meron sa new curriculum before, hindi pala sa amin, kasi I'm also a graduate of the SEDS course here in University of Mindanao. So, I'm a product of BFAD. And before, kasi wala pa yung, there are old curriculum, so wala pa yung new digital approach. So ngayon, we have already computer arts, and then pasali na din, para ma-experience ninyo yung various techniques that you need to, to explore and need to be used in outside of the outcome when you graduate. So, ayun, i-develop din namin yun. So, ayun, curriculum description, the art and design contribute to the development and learning of the individual. The art and design practice focus on the study of culture, yung sabi ni Dean kanina, then conscious of the needs to develop personal and national identity, sharpen intelligence and creativity, and develop a worldview that enable to social participation and service to the community. In the Philippine tertiary education, fine arts and design refers to a wide range of discipline character by a pursuit of aesthetic concern. Um, aesthetic concern creative conveyed through different visual-based media. So graduate of this discipline are grounded in the fundamental knowledge, tools, and techniques, and translating concept into artwork and product. So you here at in when you enter this course, hindi lang mag-drawing mo in your portrait, like copy a person or copy a landscape, no. But here you will do a research, you will do deep studies in history, so you will connect it to your own artwork and relate and give visualization of your own cultural visualization that can compete to international, na merong laman yung artwork mo, hindi lang kay ato lang mo sa kilid-kilid mag-portrait na. But here you will be teach to how to be critical when it comes to creating your own concept in creating artwork. So ganyan. So graduate contributes significant to the growth and development of Philippine culture and the creative industries. So program of fine arts and design will shift from an input-based to an outcome-based education, or we call it OBE. System form graduate with critical and creative thinking, visual literacy, technical and technological competence, and professional ethics, who will able to practice professional in expanding local and international market to meet globally acceptance quality standards in art and design. So in the 12 years run of the fine arts program in we have a lot of alumni already that work internationally. Some of them are same with me that went to education form. Meron tayong product in Thailand na nagtuturo na in Thailand, and we have in Dubai internationally. So meron tayo sa Europe, we work also globally talaga. So ayan, next is a student outcome. So these are the student outcome that you upon taking the course. First is you're knowledgeable of historical histories and application of theories and principle of concept forming. So generate concept indicating content of histories, theories in art with emphasis in Philippines context. So as what I said, as what I mentioned, that during the first year to fourth year, you will learn the techniques. First year to second year, you will learn the techniques on the different medias. You will experience example yung drawing, pencil from dry media, yung mga color, pastel color, that's a dry media. And then the wet media, you will experience the different watercolor, acrylic, and oil-based painting. Ayan. Next is knowledge and exploration of materials and process. Explore and adaptation, effect combination of materials and process. That's during the first year and second year. While third year and fourth year, you will, and will focus on the histories and the theories that might be useful to you to connect it to your artwork. Visualization of ideas, articulate ideas into clear visual format. So, ayan, conceptualizing, dyan na yung papasok yung natutunan nyo sa mga history and the theories of different, in the previous studies of art. So, ayan. You will learn that in the third year and the fourth year years ninyo. So, manipulation of elements based on principles of design, organize visual elements in relation into other components of creative projects. So, ayan. That's also the techniques learning. Development, next is the development of psychomotor skills, manifest the ability to transform concept into artwork, I mentioned, and it will be fully developed. So, professional and ethical practice in art, design, and management, practice professionalism and good ethics in art, and design and management towards human development. So next is respect for culture and natural environment, responsible and informed use of culture and natural resources. So you will be teach on, kasi in the creative aspect, especially in art form, in visual perception and painting, you will not just copy or quote unquote copy, but we will teach, we will teach you or share to you, the validation of your artwork na paano ba mag-create ng sarili nyong artwork na hindi nakaka-affect ng other culture or, 'di ba sa kung kuan pa, 'di ba sa atua kay pag mo kanta mo og pambansang awit ng Pilipinas, you need to follow the rules so that it will be not parang dili mo mag-ground or na mamali na it's also a policy and it will be suitable like ma-quad mo na ma-fault mo if ever na mag-plagiarize mo mag-plagiarize mo of different artwork or the auto ninyo or maggamit mo other symbols from the cultural kasi cultural approach natin dito is preserve and it needs to follow kung ano yung concept ng traditional i-follow nyo but you need to be also upgraded in parang di ba i-develop nyo din yung idea pero your own na but without inaapakan yung mga other cultures. So, yun, preservation of the culture pa rin. So, ayun. Next is generation of new knowledge, conduct and deep research and scholarly studies in the areas of art and design. So, ayan. It needs to be research talaga in comes to creating artwork. So, di lang ka magpataka o buhat when it comes to yung mga technicalities ng isang concept, it needs to be deep understand before you create it. Ayan. You will upon taking this course, you will learn those ideas. Okay, so motivation towards lifelong learning. So predispose towards acquiring new knowledge and practice. So as I think lahat ng courses, hindi lang na sa amin na course, learning never stop, lifelong learning. So, program education objective, 3 to 5 years after graduation, the Bachelor of Fine Arts are expected to. So, Fine Arts is 4 years course lang. So, depende na sa inyo kung yung mga minors ninyo, ipaulahi pa ninyo. But if you take the course, magkabat na nyo siya 4 years. So, also, we don't have mga licensure, we don't do that. But we have master's degree and we have doctorate degree. But now, college pa lang. So, first is know and manifest high-end consciousness of Philippine society and culture, serve interests of Filipino without prejudice to foreign influence, and are equipped with the ability to adopt and translate indigenous and traditional art materials and practice with historical perspective. So with this topic, a lot of fourth year or a lot of thesis higher years namin, they create or they present and create manuscript and artwork the same time. Kasi isahuna na siya ninyo when you in your higher year, before you graduate, you need to present your thesis. So in their thesis, we encourage our students to use the cultural preservation of our Mindanaoan art or different cultural, because we are rich especially in Philippine country, we are rich in cultural uh, culture natin. So we encourage them to use the culture idea so that, it will be used to internationally, and para ma-well-known din tayo sa international. We have this culture. We are proud that we have this culture. Not just in the culture of like mga traditional indigenous, but we have a lot of, mythology, yung mga myths natin. We have a lot of stories that we can share internationally and globally. So discern and creativity apply art and design theories. So as what I mentioned, in your third year and fourth year, you will learn the various, design theories and art movements that you can, connect the history to the modern and contemporary art in in our art industry. So grounded in the basic tools and techniques in visualizing concept, likewise formulating new artistic expression, explore and adopt new media and innovation relation of art and design project. So ayan, the techniques and using the techniques and skills, the tools that materials, tools that you learn from the years that you you studies in the years of fine arts. Of course, you will, explore it and express it the way you wanted to, explore. So a lot of, unique ideas that, can be seen to the market, uh, the galleries, different galleries. So ayan. So observe best practice and professional ethics in art. Ayan. Know, understand and art, design history and contemporary issues that manifest open-minded to various school of thoughts. I mentioned that already, the concept from the history and then the contemporary issues, you will translate that into your, but open-minded. Kasi ngayon, we don't own our own techniques, our own idea, but we call it appropriation. So appropriation of the said concept that na hindi mo copy yan, but you appropriate it and transform it in a new form of art. So observe best practice and professional ethics in art and design, and are knowledgeable in interplay of art with science and can work in collaborative setting. So, ayan. In the ethics, of course, you need to you need to also mention ethical standards also. So be professional when it comes to sharing your artwork. Especially when you get references, you need to be professional that kung kuan pa sa mo pride nimo ibabaon nimo kay dili pud na we appropriate the artwork only, diba? Hindi talaga sariling sayo, but you transform the design into different aspect, and with the collaboration and connection with the other people, and then that's the parang kailangan mo din i-mention. So apply necessary skills in art management, respect their culture and natural environment, and motivate towards lifelong learning. So career opportunities. So I will further discuss later the career opportunities. So, program specification. So we're in major in painting, but we are in, as I mentioned before, hindi lang kami magsi-stick into painting for the whole year of, parang, di ba, for the fourth year, magpi-painting lang kayo kasi major in painting. But no, you will experience the different various techniques and different various materials that you need to be learned in the art field. Kasi when you graduate, hindi ka lang naman, kasi sabi nga nila, wala daw pera sa fine arts. They said that ay, mag-art and design lang ka sa kanto, magbuhat lang ka og mga signage. But no, when you graduate this course, um, you, you're intact of knowledge. So, from painting, sculpture, yan, ito. First, painting, sculpture, advertising, you have a hint knowledge on this field. Visual communication, this include the advertising, graphic design, and industrial design, product design, fashion design, jewelry designing, furniture design. So, ayan, you will learn that also in this course upon taking this final D5 in UM. Next, moving image. We have already multimedia, pero hint lang naman ng multimedia. We have photography already, commercial, animation, digital. We're already used to, we are into Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. So you will learn those things. Art theory with production component. So you have that art history, art education, art management. You will know those things in the 4 years. So nature of field of study. So the program is characterized by a process of pursuing aesthetic concern. So I think I mentioned already the philosophy and the theories that you need to be learning in this course, in this art field. So para dili mo ma-fault in creating your artwork. So you need to, the different various histories of art and the philosophy of the different artists. So using visual supplement sensory device creative to translate ideas. So the material adaptation. So as I mentioned before, yung own materials of the Philippines we have, you need to, visualize it and transform it into a new form of art. So producing and authoring media and related technologies to express ideas, communicate message, and raise opinions to elicit reactions and actions from the audience, users or receivers of the information. So ayan, you have the artwork, you have the authority to express yourself in the various materials that you will learn of this course. And it's up to you already that how you can you transform or visualize it into a new form, and a lot of audience or viewers can relate into your artwork. And kung kung isabit niyo sa gallery na you create an artwork and then sabit mo gallery, a lot of buyers, collectors of artworks, some of them they buy an artwork that they can relate. Depends on how you express your artwork and someone can relate. So program objectives. So to produce art and design whose creative artworks exhibit core Filipino values, we already mentioned that one, who demonstrate high level of competence and artistic production in local and international setting, who are committed to national building and lifelong learning. I think I mentioned it. So program specification. So the career or the specific professional career and occupation for after you graduate. So ito yung mga careers na you can grab and multi work on. So for me, I'm into education in field and teaching. Pero aside from that, I also have other commissions, works. So I'm not I don't stick into one job only, but multiple jobs. So, diba, there's a lot of jobs that you can get talaga dito if you graduate. So, ayun. So, ito yung mga sample. So, advertising, animation, art direction, directors, cartographers, cartoonists, costume and fine jewelry designers, creative director, design manager, educator, as my field, fashion designer, fashion stylist, film director, furniture designer, game environment designer, graphic designer, illustrator, installation artist, layout artist, model artist, packaging design, painters, photographer, printmaker, product designer, um, production designer, sculpture, shoe designing, specific art, effect artist, tattoo artist, textile design, video editor, visual development, and visual merchandiser and web designer. So most of them, this course, in my other classmates, my colleague, alumni, they're already working on these multiple jobs. So a lot of tattoo artists and different in different cities already. Some of them are in-house artists in Manila, in-house artists in international. They exhibit internationally. And excuse me. And digital artists already. So animation. I think one work in the pixel design. Excuse me. Yeah. Sorry. So ayan, ito yung mga career opportunities na pwede niyong mag-grab upon taking this course and when you graduate. So ayan. So allied fields na aside from kung dili mo grab ato ng mga job, and then this allied fields, you can be account executive, art critics, art conservators and restorers. Diba, alam niyo naman yung mag-restore ng mga old paintings from the century, yan gina-restore. So you will know those things. Art dealers, decorative and artistic, art historian, art manager, curator, copywriter, cultural heritage workers, gallery manager, event organizer, exhibition designer, food stylist, and production assistants. So I think I work on event organizing. I'm one of the stage manager in the government events, cultural events here in Davao, and I'm also create sometimes exhibition, ganun. So these are the jobs that you can, masing kuan lang, masing for short time, but there's always, always parang nakaklinya siya na dili lang kayo, you have this like office works, parang ganun. So, but because we are in creative skills or creative field, we can create, we can multitask different art as long as it's related to art. So, ayan, section, program outcomes. So, the graduate and manifest higher consciousness of Philippine society and culture. So, serve the interests of the Filipino without, I think I already mentioned this one. So, ipakita na lang na ako, these are the fourth year, like first batch of fourth year before in fine arts. So, this is during his presentation. So, painting, some of them are made sculpture, the tribes in Davao, the 11 tribes of Davao. So, this one is, I think this is exhibited in Davao Museum. Yeah. So, graduate discern. So, the graduate discern and creative apply art and design theory. So, you will learn those things and apply that to your artwork. And then, of course, we're not just gonna apply it, but you need to explain it to the class also, and if you exhibit into the gallery, of course, you will share the knowledge of, the theory, the history that you, or the myths, or the concept that visualized in the form of the theories that you created. Ayan. So they are grounded in the basic tools and techniques in visualizing concept. They are able to coordinate new artistic expression, explore and adopt new media in the innovation and realization of art and design and project. And this one is in our studio. A lot of fun in creating, training in creating your artistic skills. So the graduate know and understand art and design history and contemporary issues as they manifest open-mindedness to varied school of thoughts, as what I mentioned before, na hindi lang kami nag-stick into cultural concept, but a lot of art alumni before sa amin ngayon, especially me, my artwork also, jumped into, contemporary issues, but based on Mindanao art also. So, ayan, yung mga concept nila, those are their artwork. And some of them are, in-house artists already in Manila. So, graduates observe best practice and professional ethics in art and design and are knowledgeable in the interplay of art with the science and can work in collaborative settings. So, ayan, sorry. Yan, yung mga, when you enter into galleries, exhibition, these are the samples activities that we handled before. So the graduates have the ability to apply necessary skills in art management. So, ayan, painting, but we have printmaking, we have digital. I think this one is digital and mixed with printmaking. Ayan. So the graduate respect their culture and natural environments. So a lot of artists, students, graduate and undergraduate, they won a lot of competition internationally and national competition. So these are some few competition that we first place, we get first place and champion. So, ayan, graduates are motivated towards lifelong learning. So we handle a lot of talks and we import a lot of speakers from international and national and local artists that can share their knowledge and thoughts in the industry and can share to us and we can learn from them. We can learn from them. So I have this video. Share ko video. Adong
Just have clean your places. It's very orderly. And I think it's very appropriate to have this event happening here. Dahil yung mga tao, they seem to already have a notion of order. Art is all about order. Art is all about the beauty of, parang putting things together in the right order. Palagay ko, malaki yung potential of the arts flourishing in Mindanao.
Maangkat daw, kauban sa Mananaw, pagmata magsadya, mga utaw sa Mindanao. Mabungahon, yamuan ni Matana sa iyang mga bala. Pasalamatan, amumahon, yutang mabungahon. Pasalamatan, amumahon, ibugmahon, uswag Mindanawon.
Share again my screen. So, okay, so yan yung mga some of panagambit, we call it panagambit talk. We import from alumni artists, some of before kung wala pang pandemic, nag-import kami from other country, and si Sir Bao from the Europe, and some artists from international Manila artists that have worked or skills already in the field of art. So ayan, University of Mindanao, these are some of the facilities or studios of BFAD. So we have computer arts, we have 4 rooms of BFAD. So these are the samples. So this one, Outcome Fine Arts graduate. So one of the artists, ito, share ko lang siya, one of the alumni fine arts before. He works on digital, traditional and digital art. So, ayan, share ko yung artwork niya. I mean, sample lang. So, we're not stick into traditional form or traditional art making, but we also created in digital art, or we use the other materials in sharing or creating our artistry. So that's the traditional, and then in digital art, we transform it into art moving, 3D art. That's the sample artwork. So you will learn those various techniques during your upon taking this course. again. So, ayan, before I end my course, I have one video to share. So, share ko yung screen. One more video before I end. Makita na yung screen, no? Okay, kita na.
I don't mind. Let me tell you, see, but just give it time. Don't hurt now, just wait, just stay a while. The fun, no more beating on. So what you gonna do when the world don't open up? Find so what you gonna do when the world ain't it fun? Be the one who's running me. Where you can bring it back this back and get what you want. It's easy to ignore trouble. So when the world open up about you. So nobody wants to if I push you on your own in the real world, don't go crying to your mama. Push you on your own in the real world. Ain't it fun, baby? Now you're one of us. Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun? Ain't it fun?
And so, I hope to see you in the different program. So we will grow up with together with the other students and other faculty.
All right. So thank you so much, Ma'am Giselle, for those information with regards to fine arts, no? those perks, no, and those very artistic and very creative ideas in terms of fine arts, no? Not just focusing on painting, but also on other um, elements, no, of fine arts and design. And so, no, again, we say thank you to Ma'am Giselle and also Ma'am Lynette for giving us those information with regards to um, fine arts, no, and also architecture. So hopefully, no, our students, no, who are in the senior high, no, would really take into consideration, no, on taking this path, no, or profession, right? So I guess no, we will just end there. No, thank you so much for our students for joining no with us no on this immersion webinar. And we would like no our students to evaluate no our I mean have this evaluation so that we can give your certificate no, of participation no, upon this webinar. All right, so just click the link and then later on no once you're done no on answering all those information needed on that evaluation, we will give your certificate of participation. So again, thank you so much everyone. No, if you want to review no the details of our immersion this afternoon, you can just go to our YouTube channel. No, you just search the University of Mindanao official, and there you can review our webinar this afternoon. So thank you so much, everyone, and of course to end no our to end our session no this afternoon, let us just hear no this song no from the University of Mindanao.
Mama told me not to waste my life. She says, spread your wings, my little butterfly. Don't let what they say keep you up at night. And if they give you shh, then they can walk on by. My feet can't touch the ground, and I can't hear a sound. But you just keep on running up your mouth. Yeah, walk on over there, 'cause I'm too fly to care. Oh yeah, your words don't mean a thing. I'm not listening. Keep talking. All I know is Mama told me not to waste my life. She says spread your wings, my little butterfly. Don't let what they say keep you up at night. And they can't tame you, 'cause wings are made to fly. And we don't let nobody bring us down. No matter what you say, it won't hurt me. No matter if I fall from the sky, 'cause wings are made to fly. Hey, hey, hey. Firing up on the runway, I know we gotta get there someday. We don't need no ready, steady, go, no. Doctors into air, 'cause I don't even care. Oh yeah, your words don't mean a thing. I'm not listening. Keep talking. All I know is Mama told me not to waste my life. She said spread your wings, my little butterfly. Don't let what they say keep you up at night. And they gotta take you, 'cause wings are
right, again, thank you so much, everyone, for joining our immersion webinar